throws for the end zone. Touchdown, Hooker. Picked off by Xavier Howard. Tagovailoa trying to make up for it. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown! That's hard work.
What is good, Fin Nation? What's good? It's your boy Reason. We're back here for another one. And to start today's show, I'm joined by the god of the mod squad, Rhino Sith. How you doing, bro?
Another wonderful day in Finsland, man. Can't be complaining about anything.
Oh yeah, I can. Pedro, suck my dick. That's my complaint for today. All right. This guy jocks me so hard, bro. He's gonna get jock itch, bro. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he needs some medicine for that. Is what he needs.
Yo, yeah, I've never seen someone so jealous of my success. It's ridiculous. But your boy shaved, people. The Viking is gone. All right, the Viking is gone. The babyface gangsta has returned. All right. So, yeah, people, eh? You know, some people just need to be purged from the earth and ask questions later, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it is what it is, bro. I mean, I've never seen someone so jealous that I'm right, man.
That's what it's all about.
I don't know what to say, Pedro. I know a whole hell of a lot more than you, and I've, lost more knowledge with each ejaculation of my penis about the game of football than you've ever known in your whole life. What do you want me to tell you, bro? I piss more knowledge than you have in your brain. Let's put it that way. All right, let's go in, baby. We're starting off fire tonight. We're shooting them off tonight. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that means my kids are know more than football than him right now.
Oh, that's without a doubt. Yeah, that's without a doubt.
So my kids were born knowing more than about football. So
is that free safety or strong safety, Dad?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, bro. Yeah, he thought a box safety was a guy who stood in a cardboard box.
Yeah, delivery man.
Yeah, for real. So guys, there's a lot of stuff to go over, and then I will open it up to you guys, and we'll have you guys come on and give your opinions on what we're about to go over. I want to start off with a hot topic here, because Twitter just, man, I love a lot of y'all, but some of y'all just make me go, oh my God. There's just this common belief. You know what I mean? Like every draft, you get your guy. You never miss out on your guy. And what's basically come out in the last 2 days, and I'm going to show you guys the article that put it first. Now, what happened was a little backtracking here. Sunday night, Benjamin Albright, shout out to homie Ben Albright. Such a knowledgeable and good source of information. Ben Albright is such a great dude too. So, I always prop that guy up because I think he's fabulous at what he does. He basically came out Sunday night because remember, he was in the Denver headquarters, the Broncos headquarters during the whole draft weekend. All right. He was right there. And, he came out and said, someone asked him, I believe it was Will_your_way. Shout out to Will Your Way. Brother, you were in every thread I had talking about how we were taking, when I was saying, I think we're taking Waddle. You were coming out and saying, oh, it's Devontae Smith. Oh, it's Devontae Smith. Well, how does Devontae Smith look in that Eagles green? First question I'm going to ask you. Second of all, thank you for tagging me in that stuff, Will Your Way. I'm just trolling you right now. I still appreciate you, homie. But he asked Ben Albright, he said, listen, is there anything you can say about the Miami Dolphins? And like any inside information you can give. And he said, there is, but I can't talk about it right now. And it ended up being an article that came out from Michael Silver that I assume was what Ben Albright was hinting towards. And we're going to hop into that right away. The article was meant to just be about John Elway and his relationship with George Patton and Patton's first year and how he came to be the GM or whatever, right? And it got a little deeper than that. So I'm going to bring out this tidbit. We'll read through it. I want to hear your thoughts on this, bro. So This article is called John Elway's Mile High Torch Pass. Basically, how he passed the torch to the new GM George Patton, right? All right. So this is where it goes on, and I want people to remember too. Is this just a white screen right now? Because that's gonna make me bitter right now.
It's clear, nothing there, yeah, right now.
Okay, hold on. Let me add that again. NFL.com. I swear to God. Oh, do I really got to go out and bring the whole? Okay, give me a sec, guys. I don't know why this is being. Oh, there you go. Now it's working. Okay. All right. Now it wants to work for reason. All right, here we go. So, all right. So I got it. Yeah. Okay. It said, then things got interesting. Patton, who hurriedly called for a phone. Obviously, this was the drop-down bar. Just absolutely kills me. Charger midway through the first round. He had several mobile devices and a landline at the ready. Also coveted former University of Miami edge rusher Jaelan Phillips, who he had assumed would go in the top 15. When that didn't happen, Patton began to consider trading back into the first round. Initiating some preliminary conversations with teams that had picks in the mid-20s and early 30s. One of those calls went to the owner of the 29th selection, and who was open out of trading out of the first round. I'm not going to butcher his last name. Mindful of the time restraints and the context, Patton chose not to bring up Rodgers in that conversation because it was the Green Bay Packers. When he picked Phillips with the 18th overall pick, the trade-up scenario was moot, and Patton had his sights set on Friday's second and third rounds. With the Broncos holding the 8th pick of the second round, Patton eyeballed, screw you, Ian Rappaport. He eyeballed North Carolina's Javonte Williams, a hard-running and tackle-breaking halfback he hoped to pair with incumbent Melvin Gordon. After some intel from an unnamed source that the Dolphins, who were 4 spots in front of Denver, were planning to select Williams, Patton hastily negotiated a trade with the Atlanta Falcons to jump up 1 pick ahead of Miami. Another rookie GM, Atlanta's Terry Fontenot, asked Patton for a 4th-round pick. Patton agreed, but successfully pushed for Atlanta's pick near the end of the 6th round in return, telling Fontenot, come on, Terry, this is a great deal. Shortly after swooping in and taking Williams with the 35th overall pick, Patton got a text from a person in the draft room of one of the Dolphins' AFC East rivals, congratulating him for thwarting Miami's plans. So the rivals be out here hating. Yeah. I know how that feels like. But look at that, bro. He got some intel that we were going to take Javonte Williams with the 36th overall pick. That was the guy. Javonte, from what I understand, because I dug deeper, talked to some people, Javonte was 1A and Javon Holland was 1B. That's why that card went up there so fast, because they knew who they were taking if Javonte wasn't on the board.
Right.
What are your thoughts on not only them getting intel that we were taking Javonte, but the pettiness of one of our AFC East rivals, which was probably Belichick, let's be honest, texting Patton and congratulating for thwarting our plans?
Well, I think what you said there, I think the most concerning thing is that intel leaked out, and that's probably going to be priority 1 from the front office to figure that out. It's kind of scary because that has to be someone in the room, right? Or am I just making yeah.
Remember, Patton and Greer are both from New England, right?
Right. This is interesting, but for me, I sitting here, and this might be post-draft opinion, whatever. I don't know who I'd want more, Javonte Williams or Pat or the safety. Yeah, I don't know. That I watched that kid on TV replay, and he's very impressive, and some film breakdown. There's a lot to like there, so I don't know. We have to find out who that is. Gray has to find out who that is, and so does Flo. That's the most important thing. And as far as the rival, F them. The hell with them.
Yeah, I just, I think we could have traded up to 42, and instead of Eichenberg, you could have got Javon Holland, and then at 81, you could have got my boy Spencer Brown. Not to say I don't like the Eichenberg pick or whatever, but
value.
If you could have came away with Javonte and Javon Holland in your first 2 picks, oh my God. Talk about a home run, bro.
Yeah,
and what's crazy is a lot of these people out here wouldn't be hating on Greer's pick if we would have got Greer's draft, because there are a lot of haters in the Dolphins community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Andre says, Reason, I have a question. Why would we then want to trade up ahead of Harris if Javonte was the guy? No, that's not what they're saying. They're saying they tried to move up. I know personally they tried to move up for Najee Harris at 23. Price was too steep. Javonte looks like, I kept telling y'all, they only wanted one of the 3 major top running backs, I think.
Right.
And I think they had a high grade on Javonte. But Najee was the apple of their eye from what I've understood.
Yeah, for obvious reasons, right?
You know what I mean? But I talked about this too during the draft. If you have a high grade on Najee, you're automatically going to have a high grade on Javonte.
Mm-hmm.
They're both power gap runners. You know what I mean? They're very similar skill sets. They fit the mold better than Etienne. So it makes sense that they would have him as their number 2 guy. And you know what? The thing is, they probably know, like us, all of us, that they have a need there. It just seems they're being very picky with who they're going to spend that capital on.
Oh, yeah, they definitely know, because they tried to make some moves for it. So we know that.
Yeah.
I mean, if they didn't think it was important, they wouldn't have tried to get ahead of anyone.
The crazy thing, too, is, right, if that intel did come from Miami, there's only 10 people in the war room, so it won't be hard to find out because of COVID restrictions.
Yeah, because this is before anything is sent out. This you're talking about having a discussion with 10 people. The only way it gets to the NFL to write the card is after they've made their decision. So it's before that. So it has to be the 10.
Yeah.
Whew. Well, that's going to be a rough meeting on whenever they meet.
Yeah, it's going to be it's not going to be too great. Now let's get into something I found very interesting from Armando's article today. I believe, was it today? I think it was today. It was either today or yesterday. And I think this is I don't know. I think this is really, really interesting, man. So let's bring this up right here. I believe it is. Is it this one? No, it is not that one. It is this one then. All right, let's bring this up. So, guys, there seems to be, oh man, I keep bringing up the wrong one. It seems to be that I think our rivals fear us right now.
The reason to go off track a little bit. What if it is Studsville?
What do you mean? What
that leaked info. What are our OCs? I mean, that's. I know you're busy getting organized there, but that's messed up, bro.
I don't think it would be, bro. Why? Because he's a running back coach. All he's doing is shooting himself in the foot.
That's one. Yeah. World's crazy. That's all I got to say. But I agree with you.
That doesn't. I don't know, man. That
you'd have to prove it to me that he did it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Why is this not? Miami Dolphins.
It was Gailey.
Yeah, I know, eh? Chan Gailey's trying to get us back, eh?
He had the room bugged.
Fucking guy. I wouldn't even put it past him.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why this isn't. I'm not seeing the title pop up, but I've got 3 different articles up, And okay, that's about the running game. So it's not that. It's not that. Why is this not popping up on my... Okay, so it's not that. What is going on in the world of reason right now? No, seriously. Look at it. It's not that. And that's the same one. Ah! What is going on? Hold on a sec here. I don't know what's going on. This is really, really odd. I've never, ever had this problem before. All right, let me reopen the actual article. What the? See, Armando's even sticking it to me when I'm trying to help him out.
Can't help that guy out.
See if it pops up now. Sorry, guys. I've actually never, ever had this happen before in my whole life. So this is a first that I'm dealing with right here. All right. So here it is. Jaelan Phillips. It basically goes into here and it says, if he stays healthy, outstanding pick. If not, not good, right? If he doesn't stay healthy, the hindsight crew will say he came to the Dolphins with a significant injury and the Dolphins ignored the history. But as far as Phillips, the football player, he's going to be really good. Waddle, smallish, is an exception at his position. Phillips, by comparison, is a prototype at the position. Check this one out. I talked to personnel people around the NFL, and this is what one said about Phillips. The Patriots, Jets, and Bills were not happy the Dolphins got Jaelan Phillips.
Sir.
Now, you really never hear stuff like that. You know what I mean? In terms of that's never really, how do I say this? That's never really put out there. You know what I mean? That teams aren't happy that this guy got this player. You know what I mean?
For sure.
This could be a thing, guys, where I think we might have struck the fear of God in them.
Well, he's going to be either boom or bust. It's either his injuries are going to ruin him or he's going to be one of the best players that we've had in a very long time. I mean, Phillips is that talented, right? And they have to fare him. He's going to bring the heat, and more so than we got him. Maybe they wanted him too. That could be it as well.
And I know, let's be honest with the rate they were selecting edge rushers in Buffalo, it's clear they wanted them. But when you hear that all three teams in the league, in your division, don't want you getting a certain player, I mean, that's got to give everyone a good feeling that, oh my God, we might have just struck the fear of God in these guys.
Right, for sure. Because we can play him and Ogba at the same time, right? Both on each side, correct?
Well, we played Ogba more of an interior role, right?
Okay.
So we can play Ogba, Van Ginkel, and him at the same time.
Ooh. Okay, yeah. So it's bringing Flo's dream to fruition is what's happening here. It's just wow.
And all it's going to do is up Ogba's value, and all it's going to do is up the amount of money he's going to be asking for, this season. Because you got a guy you got a prototype, of that stick right next to him. You know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous, man. It's like this rarely happens. I mean, look at our front seven right now.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Like our front seven. When was the last time you remembered our front seven being this good? When was the last time you remembered Belichick? I mean, I've talked about at least in hindsight, in great detail, sorry, about how much I respect Joe Douglas, right? The Jets GM.
Yeah.
And the Bills coaching staff were literally not pleased we got a player in the draft.
No, I don't remember. And the last time I remember being this good was when Bowens and Gardner were there, and we had the late 90s, early 2K. That's the last time I remember being potentially this good, this deadly, this nasty.
Like, I'm telling you, I know we have a scheme that doesn't predicate, one man bringing the pressure, one man gearing up the sacks or whatever, right? But we're getting to the level here of, I don't know if you can deny what these guys are going to be able to do together. Like, you're not going to be able to stop these guys. Like, there's going to be days where one guy is just having a field day, and then the other guy is having a field day too. There's going to be days where just one of them's having a field day, but they're having a day. Like where I'm going here with this. You look at our front, okay? Whether we're in the diamond, ruby front, ruby look, we're in a position where we don't need to rely on the zero blitz at all right now because of what we can bring. Let me ask you this. As an offensive line coach, as an offensive line, who do you combo block? Because if you're going to go one-on-one up against these guys, you're going to get pushed back. You're going to get, you're going to be on skates, sliding backwards into your own pocket. These guys are just going to bring the rush, man. And the thing that I love about Jaelan Phillips' game is if you can handle the first move he throws at you out of his repertoire, he's got a damn good second move ready to counter that.
Yeah.
And his bull rush is very, very strong. I'm going to be doing in-depth breakdowns of each player. I'm going to be starting with Jalen Waddle this week. I'll do Jaelan Phillips next week. And then I'll do all the way up to at least Hunter Long, and we'll go from there. But, when have we we might have a better pass rush than the Cam Wake days. You might have to get back to the early 2000s when JT was in his prime to find the kind of pass rush. Gullia. There you go. There's a name I haven't heard in a while. To live up to the pass rush that we might be able to throw at teams.
Yeah, but think about everything you're saying is true, but those were our edge guys. You potentially have the same kind of push from the middle. Mm-hmm. So if you double team one of the pass rushers, you're going to get eaten alive in the middle. The only chance they have is to go max protect most of the time. And if they go max protect, we have the defensive backs to cover them. Like I keep asking, I know I'm not the only one. How are you going to run on them? How are you going to pass on them? And people say you're just going to have to punt. I don't know. Maybe it's crazy, bro. The talent is sick, what they're doing here. It's sick.
Irving donates $2. He said, "We coming for that ass, Allen, Cam, Mack, and Wilson." Damn right. And this is what I got to say too, bro.
Mac Jones.
I think I said this when we drafted him, but I'll say it again. Jaelan Phillips can win Rookie of the Year here.
Defensive.
I know. Defensive Rookie of the Year. I know I said that when we drafted him, and I know Clump's saying it too. Me and him are digging deep onto that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think people realize that if he didn't have the injury concerns, he's not making it out of the top 10. Mm-mm. He's bigger than Chase Young. He's more of an athletic freak than Chase Young is. He can set the edge very well.
He's a scheme fit.
He's a perfect scheme fit. You could literally stand him up or put his hands in the dirt and he can beat you. Mm-hmm. How the hell is a guard going to handle that guy if you put his hands in the dirt?
I'm going to have to double him. You're asking that question earlier. I have to double him and go off of that. I have to. He's the obvious choice. That's a game planning decision for a defensive coordinator, and I think it's pretty obvious for the line. It has to be him, but there is no right answer. There is no right answer.
Bro, if you put him next to Ogba and Ogba's on the interior, pick your poison, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, literally, pick your poison.
AVG's coming. Wilkins is coming. Raekwon's coming. Baker's coming on a scheme blitz. They're going to blitz the safeties and the corners. It's sick what they can do. It's so sick what they can do.
And then you made the good point. You go max protect. How the hell do you go against our secondary right now?
No, and it'll probably only buy you half a second at the most of protection.
It is scary to think of what we can do, bro.
And we didn't even mention McKinney.
We didn't even mention. We didn't get out of, bro. We didn't even get out of the top 10.
No. That makes me sick.
It's gonna be ridiculous, bro. It's just, bro. I don't know how. I just don't know how you defend this offensively. How do you go up against us? How do you scheme for us? Because it's going to be an absolute nightmare.
It's going to be quick throws, right? It's going to be quick throws, probably max protect in those quick throws. I don't know. I mean, what else can you do as an offense when you're facing that kind of front and back four? I mean, yeah. That's where you're going to earn your money that week when you're going up against the Dolphins defense, that's for sure.
Yeah, we're going to be an absolute nightmare for teams. I honestly cannot wait for the season to start and for people to see exactly what we have, bro.
And if one of these guys become talk in the MVP, defensive MVP running on the line, sky's the limit for where they're going to go if it happens that way, because we already have X in that talk. And if we have a front seven guy in that talk, it's ridiculous. The defense will be one of the best in the NFL, top 3 minimum.
What do you like? I know we were talking about, defenses just naturally regress the year after.
Mm-hmm.
Could we be one of those outliers that don't regress?
Well, I think Flo and everyone on the staff basically agrees with you. It's a natural progression. They take a step back, and the third year they come into their own, right? I think he's doing everything he can to avoid that. He wants to keep the pressure on, and I can't imagine they won't. Look at I always forget his name. I really apologize for this. The nickelback that we brought in 2 years ago was excellent. The slot guy. We brought in Holland, Copeland.
Are you talking about Coleman?
Coleman, yeah.
Coleman, yeah, Coleman.
2 years ago, he was a great nickelback. You're bringing in Holland, it's fresh blood. You're talking about bringing in Phillips. They're making moves. They're just making moves. They're staying ahead of the curve. I think you're right. I don't think we're going to be one. In fact, I think maybe scoring defense might rise a little, but I think defensive rankings will drop. Like we were in the 20s. Maybe it'll move up to 10, and one of them will be top 5, and then that'll be a top 3 defense overall. Even though we might be giving up a little bit more on points.
Now, do you think the offense is going to catch up?
The only thing I want from the offense, for me personally, is I want top 15 play from our passing attack and our quarterback. I'm good with that. And I want the running game to be better than the passing attack. If we're top 15 in passing, top 17, I want us to be one better in rushing attack. I want us to be, a run first team. And I think that's likely. Yeah, I think we're going to be better on offense. Catch up, that's a little difficult, right? Because we're talking top 3 on defense. If we can get top 15, top 11 overall in offense, we're getting in the playoffs and we're winning a game, in my opinion, if we can do that.
All right. I got a couple Barry Jackson articles I want to go over. I want to go over a chart. 2 little charts for people. I also want to, I want to go over this quick because it's just a little tidbit, but this goes to show why I think so many people were in love with our draft. And this was from Peter King's article that comes out, Football in America, every Monday morning. And he said right here, Miami picked 4 scouts darlings in the first 3 rounds. Wideout Jalen Waddle, edge rusher Jaelan Phillips, tackle Liam Eichenberg, and tight end Hunter Long. If Tua can play, this this team's going to be dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
So I ask you, Rhino, has the expectations, have they risen?
Absolutely. Well,
For the offense.
Yeah, for everyone. You have Waddle, you have Fuller as the quarterback in your passing attack, so you feel better about that. You're bringing in some competition in the tight end room, so that should improve that room. We already know how much the offensive line potentially should be better. We already know Tua's coming for the NFL. We all see the video. We all see the look in his eye. He's not playing around. He's the nicest guy in the world, but he's coming for your throat. So why shouldn't he have high expectations? I can't imagine anyone out there, including who, is not going to have high expectations for Tua. He has them for himself. So let's go with it. Why not?
Martin, $5 donation, says Malik Hooker on the prowl too. No pun intended. Oh my God.
Can you imagine if we get Malik Hooker?
Oh my God. Like, stupid, but like, now you're clogging up the secondary a little bit. Like, is that the end of McCain? Because Malik's a middle of the field free safety.
How can he
not?
You
know what I mean? You drafted Javon Holland. I personally don't think Javon's going to play in the box because of his size.
Mm.
So what are you going to do? Are you going to put him in the slot?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And maybe play Byron Jones's role every once in a while. Or excuse me, Brandon's role every once in a while.
How you doing, Martin? What's going on, brother?
What's going on, fellas? How you doing?
Bro, I got to get your thoughts, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
You know, what do you think about the fact that the Jets, the Bills, and the Patriots were quote unquote not happy that we got Jaelan Phillips?
I think this all stems on the reality that all of them are invested in young quarterbacks. Josh Allen being the oldest of them, but was recently drafted in 2018. Everyone knows in the NFL the best way to rattle a quarterback is with pressure. And Jaelan Phillips, outside of Chase Young, on film has been clearly one of the most like his game is pressure, and he's relentless at it. There's nothing on film that says that he's going to give up on a play. And every time we see, that consistent in the backfield, disrupting passing lanes and all this, if you have a young rookie quarterback that's trying to get his feet wet into the league, and you have Jaelan Phillips in your face all game, that kind of chips away at some young guys' confidence. So I'm telling you, all of them who are clearly invested in young quarterbacks, obviously Mac Jones with New England, and Zach Wilson with the Jets. It is a little discouraging that we got one of the best pass rushers in the last 5 years or so, as far as just generating what our guy Damien would always say, organic pressure. So yeah, there's a little, some gray hairs growing on these young quarterbacks already, but we with it, you know what I mean?
Were you here for the beginning of the show when we went over the Javonte Williams a little bit?
I miss it.
Okay, so basically what happened was George Patton, it came out in Michael Silver's article, George Patton, he got tipped off, he got quote unquote intel that we were going to be taking Javonte Williams at 36. So that's why he made that move to move up to 35 from 40. And then he was actually texted by one of our AFC East rivals and congratulated for thwarting our plans.
That's a little grimy. That's a little grimy.
You know what I'm saying, bro? And just, I don't know if I know you're not on Twitter, but Twitter, some people out here are just refusing to accept the fact that that's what happened and that Javon Holland wasn't the 1A. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
Ben Albright came out and he verified the Michael Silver story because he was in the war. He was in the headquarters of the Denver Broncos for all 3 days of the draft, right? He's one of the big time insiders for him. He verified that basically it was Javonte Williams and Javon Holland 1A, 1B. That's why they ran that ticket up so quick, because they had their backup plan in the pocket.
Understood.
What are your thoughts on that whole situation?
Well, it's just like how you tried to explain to us earlier. But when you draft, you're not drafting vertically, you're drafting horizontally. And when it comes to who you have in mind from 1A to 1B to 1C, clearly, if we're getting the intel that Javonte Williams was supposed to be the 1A, and as soon as he's off the board, Chris Greer, and this is why we keep calling him, the Greer father and all this other stuff. He is very cold and non-emotional when it comes to not getting, specific players that he initially wanted as a 1A. He goes directly to 1B, just like how a quarterback doesn't see his first read open. Okay, look, go to the next read and make the throw. So they got their pick, man. You know what I mean? And obviously Javonte Williams would have been such a, an amazing upgrade in the backfield, to this offense. However, just seeing how they address the offensive line, because that's the biggest thing. I told you we have to do one of two things: either address the running back position or the offensive line position. They got Eichenberg. They've invested in a late pick in Larnell Coleman, who's actually really pretty good when you go back and watch his film. And then also we invested in another offensive lineman in undrafted free agency that even his film was like, oh, okay, he's
I think it's a bit better than Coleman.
Yeah. So Coleman was strictly a draft pick, just a developmental guy. But again, we reeled in another guy. So again, I said one of two things: we either address the offensive line or we get that running back. And it looks like we went pretty much all in with the offensive line, going for Eichenberg instead of moving up for Javonte Williams, considering that he could have been taken ahead of us via trade, which actually happened. But I mean, I can't really complain, man. I really like the fact that they stuck with it. They stuck with their board. But the running back class of 2022, and obviously it's a little far fetched, and we jumping ahead of the gun and say, okay, yeah, 2022 we getting our running back. Those guys are actually good too. So
yeah, there's some good backs.
Yeah. We don't have to trip, not right now.
So you brought it up in the comments. Former Colts first-round safety Malik Hooker is visiting the Dolphins today, source said. A possible post-draft addition. And what also is key about that is this is now, yesterday was the deadline. If you signed a player, you'd have to give compensatory picks. We passed that deadline. So if we sign him, we don't have to give any compensatory picks.
Nice.
What are your thoughts on both of you guys? The potential addition of Malik Hooker, does this signal the end of the Bobby McCain experiment? And where would you see Javon? Would you see Javon Holland being groomed for a year and then stepping in? Because, Malik's a single high guy. He's a free safety, middle of the field guy.
Mm-hmm.
Javon's more of that or in the slot. He's not a box safety, Javon Holland, right? He doesn't have the size for that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could use him as a rover, for tight end and stuff.
That's
right?
exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, you could use him as a rover, but I'm not going to be, stacking him in the box a ton. You know what I mean? In that Brandon Jones role that Brandon Jones fills sometimes, right? What are your thoughts on how a Malik Hooker addition would shape out the secondary, specifically the safety position?
Good morning.
Well, in my opinion, Malik Hooker is an upgrade, even with the injury history of missing X amount of games. He's still an upgrade, but I do also believe that this is the writing on the wall for Bobby McCain. He's been with the Dolphins since he got drafted. They've given him an extension in the past. They've played him in multiple positions: nickel, outside corner, safety. But I think it's clear that they feel the need to upgrade the position. And even in Brian Flores' press conference, he mentioned that he will be giving Javon Holland multiple opportunities, to figure things out, be the quarterback of the defense in the secondary. Like that. That's everything that Bobby McCain does. So I do believe the writing is on the wall. But Malik Hooker in the wings, man. Malik Hooker waiting in the wings is, let me tell you something. That kid coming out of Ohio State was one of my favorite deep ball trackers, interceptors. Like, all, for whatever reason, it just hasn't worked out in the pros. Hopefully, a change of scenery could, I'm hoping for it, ignite that ball hawk mentality. He reminded me of an Ed Reed, at times when he was with Ohio State, as far as how well he tracked down the football and made just spectacular plays on the ball, making interceptions. If we sign him, that is an upgrade even with the injury pass. I would like to see how we use him in this defense.
Your thoughts, Ryan?
I definitely think at minimum he's being brought in to push Bobby. Whoever wins in the camp is who's going to start. And I tend to agree with Martin. That would have to be at this point Hooker. I mean, it has to be. He's just more talented. The question is, do you cut Bobby McCain
or move him to the nickel?
Or do you do something, because he is valuable, and I do think he has the value for Holland and for the other.
Do you trade him, Rhino, to create cap space?
I would be surprised that they wouldn't listen to anything, but would they be actively trying to trade him? That's the question. Are they going to be actively trying to trade him, or because do they really need that relief right now? Or
they do.
Okay, well then
I think
he's
we're
top
like
of the list.
I think we're like $1.5 million, $2 million short for having enough money just to sign our draft class.
Then he may not even make it to camp.
Yeah, that might be the case.
Yeah.
That might be the case.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be tough to see.
The writing's on the wall, though, for the guy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Oh. All right. Let's keep it rolling. I got two articles about Barry Jackson, one that just came out tonight and the other one from earlier, talking about the running game a little bit. And then I also want to show you guys two graphics. They play into each other. So let's start off about Brian Flores' optimism with the run game and how it'll improve. So
I gotta hear this.
Yeah, I know. Barry Jackson put out, he said, perhaps you've heard the Miami Dolphins didn't address the running back position during the week until they selected Jared Dokes in the 7th round. This decision to not draft a running back in the first 6 rounds to supplement Myles Gaskin, Salvon Ahmed, and Malcolm Brown was mentioned a few billion times on social media as the draft unfolded. But beyond Dokes, there are 2 reasons Dolphins coach Brian Flores is optimistic the running game will be better after a year in which Miami averaged 1.4 yards after contact per rushing attempt, which was worse than the league, 3.9 per carry, which was 29th. Reason 1, the Dolphins are bullish on free agent pickup Malcolm Brown, who made only 2 starts in 6 seasons for the Rams, but has a solid 4.0 career rushing average. He played a career-high 42% of the Rams' offensive snaps last season. Flores, in his little post draft meeting on Zoom, said, we really like him, played against him this year with the Rams and did a lot of things for them. Short yardage, third downs. He's someone who's reliable, dependable, and was productive for those guys. He's been productive really throughout the course of his career. He played in a variety of roles, short yardage, third down, goal line, things of that nature. So we thought he'd be a good addition to this room with Myles along with Salvin. And we're adding Dokes to the mix now. So reason number 2, Flores believes the additional speed at receiver with Will Fuller, Jalen Waddle will help the running game. He said, I think it helps a lot. I think you've got guys who can run on the perimeter. If you load the box, there's more opportunity for one-on-one matchups and opportunities downfield. Defenses have to make that decision when you have those types of players on the field. And again, if you don't load the box and you play for those big plays, then there's less people in the box and less people to block. And I think it really becomes a kind of numbers math game. If you get those guys blocked, there's more space to run. So there's a lot to this. And as you guys know, you guys watch it, I've seen a lot of football and understand the game. So when you have guys on the perimeter and guys who demand some attention, that kind of attention, then there could be more space and there may not be. And if that's the case, then we've got to take advantage of those matchups on the perimeter. It's a chess game, as you all know, and obviously the run game and how you attack the run game, that's part of it. And there's also a third reason that Flores might believe the running game will improve, but one that he did not articulate on Saturday. As young players, Gaskin and Ahmed should continue to improve. in his piece on Monday, Salguero noted that 4 most prominent running backs still available in free agency: Todd Gurley. And I posed the question, who has worse knees, Jay Ajayi or Todd Gurley today? Le'Veon Bell. You like that, eh? Who averaged 4 yards per carries on 63 rushes in 9 games and 2 starts for the Chiefs. Duke Johnson. And someone who I'm actually interested, former All-Pro, even though he's older, Adrian Peterson, who averaged 3.9 per carry on 156 attempts, 15 games and 10 starts for Detroit in 2020. Yep. Here are the other unrestricted free agent running backs with all stats reflecting 2020 production. Devontae Freeman, the former Miami Central High School standout and 2-time Pro Bowler, is only 29, but has seen his career fizzle. Obviously, since he left Atlanta, he hasn't been the same. Yeah. He signed a 1-year, $3 million contract with the Giants last September, but missed time with an ankle injury. Spent time on the COVID list and finished averaging 3.2 yards on 54 carries. He spent January on the Bills practice squad. Rex Burkhead averaged 4.1. Oh, why they got to drop that name? Now we know who they're going to go after. On 67 carries for New England, and an effective receiver out of the backfield. Plus, there's the Patriot connection that always appealing to the Dolphins. Brian Hill, that's an interesting one, averaged 4.7 yards on 100 carries for Atlanta in 2020. An effective receiver on the backfield. TJ Yeldon, the former Jaguar, had 10 carries for 70 yards last season. Dion Lewis is out there. Chris Thompson, LaShawn McCoy, old man Frank Gore, Alfred Morris. Also, DeAndre Washington's a guy that could get back. Kenjon Barner, Corey Clement, Bryce Love, Ito Smith, et cetera, et cetera. Keeps on going to we're not going to talk about Wendell Smallwood and Bo Scarborough because now it's getting desperate out here. You know what I mean? So, okay, we see these lists of guys. We see these lists of guys. What, and that goes on to talk about, the whole Javonte trade up, right? Now, we go back to these lists of guys here. Names that stand out automatically to me are Le'Veon, Duke Johnson, Adrian Peterson, and Devontae Freeman. Devontae's like the ideal committee back, and obviously Rex Burkhead because of the
Patriot ties.
Yeah. So, you guys look at these lists. Do you guys think they're happy with what they have and going in, or do you think they could possibly add one of the players off this list?
I'm gonna go with that. They're happy for now, but once training camp happens, once the camp start going, once we start seeing these guys do their transition as far as running back 1, running back 2, situational running back. Once we start seeing that in camp, and the coaches are going to be front and center, especially Stootsville, who clearly knows his running backs, that's when we'll potentially see a reach out for one of these type of guys. My personal favorite, and it's just me, Adrian Peterson, man. That he is up there. He's long in the tooth as far as NFL.
He still produces, bro.
But the guy runs the football, man. He is eager, by the way, and he still created a purpose for himself. He is eager, to pass. I forget who he's behind on that running back rushing list, but he has openly mentioned that he wants to pass a specific running back. Not sure if it's Jim Brown or whomever, but because of that alone, still having
it's Barry Sanders.
Barry, my fault. Barry.
He's like 400 yards. He's like 449 yards away.
I'm just saying this. You want to bring in a running back that still wants to run the football hard. You know what I mean? And as far as that entire list, Le'Veon Bell, he's rapping. He's making his money. Duke Johnson. As much as I love Duke, I just never saw him as
he never took that step at the NFL, eh?
Right. He's always just been that kind of, and I hate to use the word, but like a gadget back, and it's weird to say that because when he was at New Orleans, I mean, every time he touched the football, it was pretty much, 6 points. So I don't know. I don't know if the desire is still there. I hope it is, but I just haven't seen it. But definitely with Adrian Peterson, that would be my guy if we're gonna, reach out to one of these guys if we still want to increase the room in that running back room. So Adrian Peterson is my guy. I would try to go
And
for.
name a better guy for those young guys like Gaskin and Ahmed to learn under.
And Dokes, yeah.
And Dokes, yeah.
Mhm.
Rhino, what are your thoughts on those names on that list?
The first thing that pops out to me because of the affiliation with the Patriots would be Rex Burkhead. I had no idea he was available. That just makes a lot of sense. But I think Adrian would be an excellent choice. And I know you guys aren't fond of this, but they were kind of hot on Le'Veon Bell last year.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's cooled down. I have no idea. Like you said, he went to the Chiefs and he didn't have the best season in the world. But I would assume that they might want to kick the tires. And then if he looks in shape, maybe they might. And I also think Daw is in the running too, because he's here if they like him. If they don't, they probably won't bring him back. But I'm surprised we had this many options, to be honest with you.
This late in the game, right?
No idea. I had no idea. And maybe after the June cuts, maybe there'll be more. I don't know.
And I know, they could be pairing Etienne with James Robinson for a nice backup, but we can all agree James Robinson is not an Urban Meyer guy in terms of he didn't sign him as a UDFA, right? He's adopting him. And then on top of that, going a little bit deeper here, you saw where my boy Kylan Hill went, right?
No.
Green Bay. Ooh.
Green Bay.
Ooh. Yeah,
so now they got Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon, and Kylan Hill. And Martin, would you agree with me that Kylan Hill kind of fits what Jamal Williams was, as opposed to AJ Dillon's way more of a power back than what Jamal Williams was?
I do believe that Kylan Hill fits that Green Bay offense better than Jamal Williams as far as the change of pace. And also he's a much better receiver than Jamal Williams. And I obviously we don't know the situation with Aaron Rodgers, but man, Kylan Hill in Green Bay, you still have AJ Dillon, you still have obviously Aaron Jones. He just puts that extra into that mix. It's like, yo, that Green Bay offense, man, let it be known right now, man.
Let me ask you guys. We got 2/4. You know what I mean? We got 1/3 remaining. Would you be willing to talk about those picks for James Robinson or AJ Dillon right now?
I would.
Yeah. I mean, considering we did not come out of the draft with a true number one, of course that's still on the table. But I will say this: I still believe that they still believe in their player development, and Myles Gaskin just every year has produced. He's gotten better every single year. He's yet to stamp himself as the feature back, like running back one off rip. But man, I still believe that they believe that they're good for now. And why I keep mentioning the training camp and things like that. I think once they start seeing them at full speed with the new offensive line, with Tua, how he runs the offense, how the passing game is going, if they want to equalize the passing game with the sufficient run game, and they don't see it out of their three guys yet, maybe that's when they start reaching out to other running backs that are available in free agents.
Good point.
Michael, I don't know what you're talking about, but James Robinson was the leading rookie rusher last year. He's definitely worth inquiring about and giving up picks for. He's proven it at the next level. Right. AJ Dillon, the only game the Packers allowed him to start, he had over 120 yards and multiple touchdowns.
That was the Titans?
Yeah, I think it was against the Titans. You know what I mean? These guys have proven already they can produce at the next level. I don't think that'd be clueless. I think that'd be smart. And if you're going for a guy like Jared Dokes, might as well swing for the fence on a guy like AJ Dillon.
Why not? Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And
Or-
Robinson would be perfect for this offense too.
Or if we still have that slight glimmer of hope for Kareem Hunt, I'm
take
just
him in a minute.
saying. I'm just saying. I just see Kareem Hunt in the aqua, orange, white helmet. Man, look.
That'd be crazy.
Kareem Hunt in this backfield, bro. That's what can take us over the top.
Bro. It's
Mhm.
over.
Mhm.
Not Finn9113 says, love the draft coverage by you and the guys. Little something for the cause. Appreciate you, homie. $24.99 donation.
Nice.
Bro,
sir.
if we got Kareem Hunt,
Man,
dude, we would become a top 15 offense overnight.
Right.
man.
That's a perfect RPO guy.
Yes. And as far as ground and pound, and then having those finesse backs just waiting for you in a Ahmed and Gaskin, that's what complements everything.
Oh.
So if you're gonna give up a third and fourth, give it for that type of running back. You know.
Oh, I meant third or fourth. I didn't mean both for James Robinson.
Oh, okay. I thought you said both.
No.
But you see how much I would give up to get that type of.
Oh yeah, Kareem Hunt for sure, bro.
Yeah, I'll give up a third for him. I would.
Oh, 100%.
I would.
Bro, I'll talk about a second.
Yeah.
The amount of mileage that isn't on those legs, how proven he is. I'd give up a second. You got to ask yourself this question when you're trading a draft pick for someone. Am I going to find someone better than that player in that round?
Talk about it. Yeah.
I don't think you're going to find someone better in the second than Kareem Hunt if you're looking for a running back.
No.
Let me put it this much. Just because he's proven at the next level, even though I think Javonte, everyone knows how much I love Jonathan Taylor. I end up being right on him. I think Javonte Williams is going to win rushing titles in the NFL.
Yeah.
I would have talked about the 36th pick for Kareem Hunt, bro. I know what I'm getting.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's still, 26? 27?
He's still very young.
Low mileage.
Still very young.
He's like 24.
Came in 2017 with Pat Mahomes.
No, I'm saying he's 26. Is like 24. It's low mileage.
Right, because he missed a year, I believe, and now he's splitting time with Nick Chubb, so
right.
He still has a lot of game left.
Yep.
He's such a stud, bro.
Oh yeah, I would love to get him.
Bonafide stud, man.
All
right, so here's a 6-pack. I haven't actually read this yet.
Exciting.
So let's see what this lines up here. This is a 6-pack from. I always love these 6-packs by Barry Jackson. So this is the title of this one is what we're hearing on the Miami Dolphins offensive line plans and who fits in where. Sounds good to me. So a 6-pack of Miami Dolphin notes on a Tuesday. Not only did the drafting of Liam Eichenberg give the Dolphins a potential long-term starting tackle, but also gave Miami a prospect who can play at least 4 positions on the offensive line, a versatility that this brain trust values. From what we're hearing, Eichenberg is going to be given a chance to compete to start at right tackle. It's over, baby. It's over, baby. So some Dolphins believe he can still handle that job. Some Dolphins people believe he can handle that job immediately, but nobody will know until the team puts on pads in August. If he performs well in August, he's a front runner to be the new right tackle. Tell me I was right, baby.
You were right.
You got it.
Right, all right.
You got it.
You were right, Bubba. You were right,
Hogan for them?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Hey,
I will say this. When I went back and watched my film on Liam Eichenberg, obviously he played left tackle the majority of his time at Notre Dame, but just based off how he was playing, how you block someone to the right versus how you block someone to the left. I don't know, man. Maybe it was just my eyes playing tricks on me because I want him to be our right tackle, but it looks like he blocks people out towards the right, way better than he blocks people towards the left. Maybe that's just me. Maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me. But he looks better as a right tackle type of blocker than he did as a left tackle. But they left him at left tackle because blindside. Yeah. So
maybe they saw that, or maybe they saw that.
Maybe, man. But again, maybe I was seeing something. I don't.
Yo, but hey, he has reps. Remember, he has reps at right tackle at Notre Dame.
His first year, right?
Yeah. His first time on the field, he got a chance to get those reps at right tackle. So he's familiar with it.
I just like no sacks in 2 years. That's
which is insane.
In the competition they play.
Yeah. Yes.
That's not easy.
People forget Notre Dame is an independent.
What's even more impressive,
Mm-hmm.
bro, is no sacks with those short arms.
Right.
That's impressive, bro.
Right. Now you got to question how is he, making that happen. So his technique must be
phenomenal, bro. It's
right.
phenomenal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Precisely.
So, he's not like the most powerful guy in the world, but his technique is once he gets in front of you and squares up and he's got really good hand placement too. Yeah, he's good, man. I'll be breaking him down too on one of my prospect previews.
Yes, sir.
And it goes on here, and from what we hear, Saul McKinley is moving from right guard to left guard. Bye, Eric. The position he played at Georgia. What about I expect he will be given a chance to compete with Kinley at left guard. He also could be needed at right tackle if Eichenberg struggles in August. As for newcomer DJ Fluker, he could settle into the role as the number 3 swing tackle, backing up left tackle Austin Jackson and Eichenberg. If Eichenberg wins the right tackle job, he could also enter the left guard competition. For now, say it with me, baby.
Yes, sir.
Robert Hunt is a front runner at right guard.
Yes, sir. That's a reason. That's like that's like calling your 3 and then just walking away.
Bro, that's Dave Chappelle, bro. I gave it to Dave Chappelle. Good, buddy. I'm now doing. You know what I'm doing? Game blouses. Okay, that's where I'm at right now in this thing. All right, I've been saying this for like over 370 days. I've had pushback in the comments. I've had pushback on Twitter that I know people like Rhino have seen, and I've had to school people on this shit.
Ridiculous, yeah. I know,
it's ridiculous, bro. I've had evaluators come up here and say, "Yo, he's a right guard," and people still wanted to push back. Just saying.
All I had to see was the end of last year, and everything I heard was verified that you were saying, because that guy is not a right tackle. I'm sorry.
Bro, I'm just sitting here saying, bro, don't ever question my ability to evaluate talent, bro. That's all I'm going to sit here and say, dude. That's it.
Honestly, the ones that do question is the ones that just don't want to see you be right, man. And it's unfortunate because, right is right, wrong is wrong. Let's just see everything clearly. You know how to evaluate players, period. And just let it alone, man. Let it alone. Stop trying to, stop trying to beat a dead horse. It doesn't make any sense.
Why do people want to be? I've never understood it. Why do you want to do something or claim something that you cannot verify over and over and over? I don't get why people do what they do in this community in Twitter. I don't get it.
Bro, you know what's crazy? Look at the first round. They took my wide receiver 1, and that board was based upon the best fit for the Miami Dolphins at the receiver position. Plus, Waddle was also, like him and Bateman were my favorite receivers. But Waddle was my number 1 guy. All right? Who'd they take? Jalen Waddle. Okay? You go to edge. I said, beginning of my evaluation, you can go back. I said, if Jaelan Phillips did not have the medical red flags, he would be my edge 1 in this class. And I didn't know at the time about Ojulari and the ankle and knee that he had at Indy. If that would have happened and they would have both had the medical, Jalen would have gone to number 1. So technically, they took my edge 1.
Yes.
When I dropped in October, bro, when I dropped my top 25 players for the Dolphins to watch, the top safety on that board was my safety 1. And who was it?
Holland.
Javon Holland, bro. Who'd they take with the 3rd pick?
Mr. Holland.
Our boy from the O. right up the street from Pelican Bay, Javon Holland, man.
Thank you very much. I'm just sitting here saying, bro.
Yeah, man.
My God. It's just,
Fake Spike wants to know when the book comes out, will you sign his copy, bro?
Yeah, bro. I will, no problem, free of charge, bro. The rest of you, $25. All right. So anyways, continuing on here. The Dolphins decided to move him from right tackle. Kind of concerning that a guy sitting in his basement with my logo plastered behind me knew that before you guys did, but hey, here we go. Better late than never, Dolphins.
And you're Canadian. You're not even talking about your nation's sport, really. You're talking
sport
about
at all.
Yeah.
And I came up playing 3-down football with the wider field and the longer field, different rules.
That's funny.
Here we are, though. Davis said last year that he took some snaps at center in off-season workouts. Perhaps the Dolphins could give that experiment an extended look to give them another option at center if likely starter Matt Skura is injured. Michael Dieter also returns as a backup center guard, but to this point, there has been no plan put in place to use Davis at center. That's concerning. That's very concerning. The Dolphins also think highly of Middle State guard tackle Rob Jones, who we just talked about, and I said, I think you go look at his tape, he's more polished than Coleman.
Yes.
He was given $130,000 guaranteed, which is a very large sum. I think, didn't Marvin Wilson get like $190,000 or something guaranteed, something stupid. So he could have emerged as a factor at guard. Dieter can't be ruled out either because Dieter did look good when he took reps at guard. Eichenberg played left tackle at Notre Dame, but evaluators believe he can easily make the transition to right tackle, as many college left tackles do. And then it goes on right here, and it says, per Pro Football Focus, Eichenberg didn't allow a sack in his final 33 games at Notre Dame. In fact, he only permitted 4 quarterback hits and 32 pressures over those 1,283 snaps.
What?
That's ridiculously good.
Yeah.
It also goes on to say here, if Jackson doesn't develop in the second season, the Dolphins could try Eichenberg at left tackle, his position. You know what I mean? And then you can figure out that right tackle again next year if you want. Should have traded up for worse, but hey, what would I know, right?
Yeah.
He only ended up being one of the best tackles in the NFL last year as a rookie. So Jackson and Eichenberg at tackle, Hunt and Kinley at guard, with veterans like Fluker and Davis in swing positions, Dieter in a swing position. We don't really have a backup center lockdown, though. I told y'all, remember when I showed the video of Durval Quintez Nato, whatever his name is?
Right.
Remember they had him repping like he was at center, right?
Yeah. So
that could be someone they're also cross-training too as another option if something happens. It's not in this article, I'm just saying. All right, continuing on here. With regard to Dolphins receiver, actually, you know what? Before we go on, guys, your thoughts on what we just went over about how this offensive line is shaping up.
I was extremely upset when you just mentioned trading up for Wirfs, because I can imagine what this line would look like with Wirfs at right tackle.
You still could have got Hunt, bro, at the top
well.
and you could have got Hunt at the top of the second, bro.
I mean, we could have, should have, would have, as far as the monster offensive line. I know, and Panay Sewell, but
and then that 50th could have been used on Creed Humphrey.
I know, man. But we're in what we're in right now. From left to right, we're talking about Jackson, Kindley, Skura, Hunt, and Eichenberg, right? So literally 4 out of our starting 5 are going to be relatively young, relatively young. So with that being said, now we're saying we're building an offensive line, just like how, and I keep mentioning I kept mentioning the standard should be the Cowboys, draft well, offensive line, and allow those guys to stay within their required positions, build, and then learn how to play off one another, cohesiveness. So now I'm just saying to myself, what we have right here, left tackle to right tackle, man, I'm ready to see how these young bucks come in here and just start road grading everything, man, because I just anticipate a really solid offensive line from left to right, and the center position will eventually equal itself out by who just plays the best. So we'll see what happens.
Your thoughts, Rhino?
Yeah, for me, the goal was always to get Hunt and Kinley at guard. The moment we get Hunt and Kinley at guard, this offensive line has the potential to be top 3. I think they are going to be they're going to be incredible. Those two are just massive, mean. They want to take everything you have on every play, running the ball. Okay. And with an improved, healthier, a year under his belt, Jackson, I'm confident that he'll make positive strides and be more consistent, because he had a really good start at the beginning of the year. And I think he fell off because of the physical toll of the NFL and the fact that he was recovering from everything he did for his sister. And because Hunt and Kinley, to me, were in the guard, I was okay with Fluker as a plan B. And because to me, his play would have been 2 or 3 times better than what we saw from Hunt to end the year. That was, you just can't let someone cross in front of your face, man, as a tackle. It's like someone took your lunch money and everyone is going to see it.
Yeah.
You cannot run away from that. It's embarrassing. I feel bad for him. And I'm sorry he had to be exposed that way, but it is what it is. So I just see the line being the strength of our offense. I know people talking about the receivers is going to be the receivers are going to be the strength. I agree, but it's going to be when. I think we're going to grind people to their bones in the end of the third and the fourth quarter. We're going to unleash Fuller. We're going to unleash Waddle. If Wilson is there, and we're going to beat the living hell out of them like the Cowboys used to do in the 90s. That's when they made their money, bro. After beating them up for 3 quarters and they throw for 80 yards in 3-4 plays in a row, and that's how they won the game. And that's how I see our offense. And
say that again.
With our defense, forget about it. Just forget about it.
Man. Well put, man.
With regard to Dolphins receiver Jalen Waddle, Dolphins podcaster Chris Kaufman unearthed this notable December quote from ESPN's Trent Dilfer, who was in Tagovailoa's personal quarterback coach before the draft. In an appearance on Ryan Russello's podcast, Dilfer said of the Dolphins, if they asked me to come in and be a consultant, the number one thing we'd have to do is go get Jalen Waddle. Well, you could have brought me in and I would have told you the same thing, right? And I would have been cheaper than Trent Dilfer.
Half the price.
Half it. I'll do it for half, baby. Go get whoever the fastest, twitchiest. Go get the Roadrunner type of player, and let's start building the 4 vertical package, because Tua may be the best 4 vertical passer I've ever seen at any level.
Whoa.
Stanford coach David Shaw made an interesting point on Waddle during the NFL Network's draft coverage. The quickness and explosiveness cannot be underestimated. There are a lot of fast guys, but this guy is fast before he catches it. This guy's fast after he catches it. Sometimes he even looks faster. He reminds me of Deion Sanders. And I said this. I said, the thing is, you notice when he catches the ball in stride, even when he holds up, he goes 0 to 60 right away.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, he never slows down. Yeah, bro. It's like he can hit you with all these different gears. It's crazy.
It's like Ian says, crackhead speed, bro.
Yep.
For real.
Greg Cosell, a respected film analyst and producer for NFL Films, on new Dolphins defensive linebacker Jaelan Phillips. I'm not going to compare him to Chase Young. He's in a class of his own. I don't know about that. But of all the edge rushers I've watched, all the ones considered the top guys, I liked his tape the most, his trait the most. He's sudden, he's explosive, flexible, power, balance, competitiveness. He checked all the boxes. To me, he has elite movement and change of direction. He was rarely on the ground. Man,
which
here we
is
go.
A big deal.
Yep.
Wow.
We hear the Dolphins plan to pursue former FIU receiver T.Y. Hilton if they had been unable to sign Will Fuller. And obviously, Hilton returned to the Colts on a 1-year, $10 million deal after Miami signed Fuller. And the last word on NFL Network's Bucky Brooks, the Miami Dolphins were close a year ago. This new class should push them over the top. Guys, there's been a lot of talk in the media that people think we might be Super Bowl contenders right now.
Yeah. Not yet.
I agree.
I know. There.
I said in all fairness, Rhino's witness. Yeah. I said by year 3 in Tua.
Yeah.
That's when we'll be there.
Buckle up. I agree. Now we're
going to the playoffs though, baby.
We should. I see easily 12-5 at minimum 11-6. But with Jalen Waddle, right? People make an honest mistake when you see a fast guy playing football you automatically assume this is the track guy that just got invited on the football field because he's fast, not knowing that Jalen Waddle is a football player that's extremely fast. Like that, there's a huge difference when you talk about speed conversion to the football field versus football conversion to speed.
Yeah.
Jalen Waddle, the reason why they're making those type of comparisons, the reason why that guy is saying he's fast without the ball in his hands, he's fast with the ball in his hands. Jalen Waddle is so explosive, and nobody's really seen a true balls to the bone football player with this type of electrifying speed over the top in the open field with the ball in his hands as a playmaker. I mean, people are upset that we didn't get Penei Sewell, which is, deservedly so. Penei Sewell is a gold jacket just waiting to be put on in the next 15 years. Cool. But I'm just telling you, for what we had to deal with last year with our receivers, drops, just poor play altogether, this kid inserted in the wide receiver room creates a different atmosphere altogether. And if guys don't step up, they're going to have to sit down. And that means on the bench, because this kid is obviously going to be putting fire under guys like DVP, Preston Williams, to stay healthy, one, but to make plays most importantly. So I'm just saying, man, it's warranted for people to say that this might push us over the top, because I believe it will.
Absolutely. I mean, to me, I don't care if he starts all year. I don't really care. What I care about is how many reps he gets, and when he comes in to take over a game. I just really feel the way Flo and this front office are sculpting this team is that they ran into a gem last year with the defense, and they said, wow, we are ahead of schedule. Let's lean into it, and I think this is going to carry our team. And I got to tell everyone around the NFL and everyone listening, there is no shame as a second-year quarterback to be on a team like that and become efficient and smart and ride the wave. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'll be just as happy for Tua if he went out and gets 5,500 yards and 50 touchdowns. If he had 3,500 yards and he had a 3-to-1 TD ratio and he was completing 75% of his passes with 3 or 4 rushing touchdowns, I'd be just as happy for him and the team, because that means our rushing attack and our defense is dominating. And that's what I think our team is going to be built on. And there's no shame in that, guys. We all agree how special this defense could be. Let's ride it. Let's see what happens. It may surprise us, but it sure as heck looks that way with all the moves they're making with Phillips and Holland and bringing in people that were really good a year or two ago for nickelback. I mean, our future's bright. I just want to make the playoffs. If we win a game, I know the year after we're contending for a Super Bowl. We have to win a playoff game for me to feel that we're contending for a Super Bowl. That's how I feel.
Rhino, you literally said exactly what we all needed to hear. Once we win one playoff game, it's like tasting blood. You know what I mean? It's like, this is what it is. Winning. Yeah, this is what it means to win when there's no tomorrow. I'm telling you right now, once we feel that atmosphere, once we feel that reality that we can win against, teams that are do or die as well, and we go head to head, that creates an atmosphere like, okay, let's get it, offense and defense. So
it's like Mike Rollerson says, I genuinely get a 92 Dallas Cowboys vibe from this team. I genuinely get that. It's the team was built on defense. Everyone talks about the big three, but that's how they won games to start their run. It was defense and then rushing attack. And then they beat the living, in the fourth quarter, they let the bombs go.
Yeah.
That's what I think is going to happen. And Waddle. Go ahead, man.
No, go ahead.
What always gets me the first time I saw film on Waddle, because I'm half a casual, I see these guys going to tackle the guy, bro. They tackle when he's at the 50, and by the time they get to him, they're a yard behind.
He's in the end zone.
Yeah.
He's in the end zone. And what I think is, I was kind of going off of what Martin was saying here a little bit. Another thing a lot of people forget, I saw this on Facebook. Some idiot was there. We drafted Ruggs. This guy not only knew how to use speed. You heard me at nauseum talk about his aptitude and how he uses how he understands angles in an open field, how he doesn't make people miss. He strategizes on how people are going to miss him, right?
Sets him up.
I think another underrated aspect of him is because he came with the Jerry Jeudy and the Devontae Smiths is his route running ability. Like, and you know, I'm going to show you an image here, right here. Guys, he's got a very expansive route tree right here. I mean, go look at his success rate right now by routes. You know what I mean? Like, look at this on comebacks, 100%. You know, on in routes in the flat, 87.5. You know, on his 9 routes, 73.7. Posts, 80. On his dig routes, 87.5. On his curls, 77.8. On his slants, 80%. Screens, 94.1. On out routes, 70%. On corners, a little bit of a dip, 33%. But look at the success he had. And, you know, this isn't even counting slug and goes. You know what I mean? This isn't counting every single route, but just by looking at this image, that's an expansive route tree. Mind you, now we're looking at routes in the green, right?
Yeah. Routes in the green, especially the level 2, level 3 routes in the green. You're essentially saying, okay, that post is getting into where the safeties are. That dig is getting to where those linebackers are dropping. Those are at green, meaning there's a fearlessness that comes with those routes. You know what I mean? There's a fearlessness that comes with a post. You know, that's a big play waiting to happen. There's a fearlessness that comes with that go route. That's a big play waiting to happen. I'm just more so curious as to who keeps mentioning his name with Ruggs as a wide receiver, because let's be honest, if we were to put Ruggs' same graphic right here of how we listed Jalen Waddle, it's gonna be mainly yellow. You know, let's be honest. It'll be mainly yellow because Ruggs does not have access to the route tree like this. But Jalen does, because he can actually run routes. They mentioned it last time. He's literally all of those Bama receivers, Smith, Ruggs, and Jeudy, just in a morning latte. You know, he's literally all of those guys combined. And if we continue to create this narrative that because he's fast, he can't be dynamic as far as attacking the football and making plays on the football, you clearly haven't been watching film on him, and you clearly don't know what you're talking about. You're clearly parroting what someone trying to, you know, blurt out just nonsense into the universe. They don't know what they're saying, but that's why we play the game. That's why we have these guys come in, and that's why we're going to see what we're going to see, you know, come preseason and come early on in the season, why we picked Jalen Waddle 6th overall instead of another player. So I'm cool with this, man. I love that. I love what we just highlighted right there, man.
I think the image will be flipped because Tua's left-handed, right? Because but the route is the route. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Yeah, so, no, it's different.
So essentially, even okay. So even with the corner route and the deep out, right? The deep out, the dot. Those are extremely difficult passes to throw. That's one. Mm-hmm. As far as completing that,
they're big boy throws.
They're big boy throws. Yeah. That out route is purely, it's almost like throwing a seam, but towards the sideline. And then that corner route, you literally have to make that throw before the receiver even gets out of his break. So it's just a matter of, okay, how many times have you repped that route for you to know exactly when that specific wide receiver is going to make his break?
It's still 70%.
I know it's still good, right?
That's not red, bro.
Yeah. So, but that's what I mean by, you know, this kid clearly has all of what we're looking for in a wide receiver one. Everybody wants to affiliate a wide receiver one with Julio Jones, 6'3", 225, and it like
the prototype.
T.Y. Hilton exists. Tyler Lockett exists. Terry McLaurin exists. Cooper Kupp exists. These are wide receiver ones that are not your prototypical, size, height, weight, measurables. No, if you can make those plays when the ball is thrown your way, you are a wide receiver one. And I believe Waddle is going to emerge as our wide receiver one before the season's over.
Yeah.
And just for comparison, boys, this same graphic type, but this is for Will Fuller. This is his success by route in 2020, obviously at the NFL level, right?
Yeah.
So
that is lovely.
That is a beautiful thing to look at, isn't it?
Beautiful trees, man.
Right.
Did you notice something?
Mm-hmm.
Notice how the success with the green, the green arrows, they're smaller numbers in the NFL, right? Because the coverage is better, the coverage is tighter.
True.
You're going up against all-world talent, right?
Should translate, like you're saying. Should translate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it should translate, man.
Man, let me tell you, bro. We got two guys, obviously winning free agency and winning the draft, where it literally creates a different atmosphere in the passing game for us. Gotti's gonna have fun with this, man.
And it builds a confidence on your team, as you well know, Martin. It builds a confidence within your team. You can start getting cocky, man.
A little bit.
But you know how it is. You bring it on the field. You're cocky in the field, bro.
I know. I know the feeling when you know that your receivers are just better, than they were the year before, and you. I know the feeling of just saying, "Oh,
bro,
let me just throw this one up."
Martin, Tampa Bay might be the only better receiving corps than us in the NFL right now.
That okay, and I was looking at it
up there right now.
I was about to say I was looking at it. Tampa Bay, Atlanta, Dallas, and I would say Arizona are the only teams I would say clearly have more talent in the wide receiver room than we do. But we are literally a season away from stamping ourselves as one of the more talented receiving rooms in the NFL if these guys go ahead and make it happen, man. Because everything's in place now, man. We have competent coordinators. We have a quarterback that's hungry, ready to prove something. And I'm just saying, man, all fingers are pointing, towards a trajectory of let's go ahead and say, hey, we're here. We have what we need, and good luck stopping us.
And just something I think people would find interesting. Next Gen Stats, because you know how they were doing ratings during the draft. They gave us the most athletic draft class in 2021, tied with Arizona. And I mean, you look at what Waddle is. You look at what Hunter Long is, decently athletic. Liam Eichenberg, decently athletic. Javon Hollins are really athletic. Jaelan Phillips is a freak.
Yes.
And just to put into perspective of what we're dealing with, with getting a guy like Jaelan Phillips here, I wanted to bring up something that I've already brought up on this show. And that's the RAS score for Jaelan Phillips. I mean, he scored a 9.87 out of 10. You know what I mean?
Wow.
He had an elite composite explosion grade with his 10 foot 5 inch broad, the 36 vertical, he ran a 4.58 40-yard dash, his 20-yard split 2.69, his 10-yard split 1.59, his shuttle 4.18, and he had a 7.13 3 cone. I don't think people are really understanding what we've added to the edge here, boys.
And Angelina Jolie, man, he's a freak. Let me tell you, bro. This is one of those rare specimens, man, that you rarely get at 18.
He's about to put Josh Allen's blood in his little necklace. Because did you know that this RAS score, this ranked him 19th out of 1,362 defensive ends from 1987 to 2021.
Does Angelique still have that necklace from?
I don't know. Billy Bob? I don't know. I know Martin's liking that one though. But that's a 19th best relative athletic score since 1987 for an edge player coming out of the draft.
Say what you will, man. We got to steal, bro. We did.
Generational?
I think so, bro. If he stays,
we will see.
If this guy stays healthy, I think you got a generational edge player, bro.
The
opportunity's there for him
at 18. Okay,
ridiculous.
Okay,
nice.
Okay, we got to see, man. It's here.
And y'all saw from that article earlier, George Patton was looking to move back into the 20s to grab Jaelan Phillips.
Mm-hmm.
But Jaelan had to fall into the 20s.
Yeah.
He didn't have enough capital to move up. When he saw he was falling out of the top 15, he started making the calls.
Right.
Man. So, sometimes we get lucky, sometimes we don't. Yeah, to be honest, man.
And as a Dolphin fan, it's been more times, sometimes you don't.
Well, that's the truth, man. It's like 80% luck when you think about it, really. I mean,
yeah,
it really is. You can try hard. And no, you never know. You draft a guy, you think he's great, and he comes in and he's a meth head. Who the hell knows?
I hope that's not the case with Jaelan, man. I'm
talking about past players. Talking about past players.
Oh, okay. Ooh, I was going to say.
No, not Phillips. I'm sorry.
That'll be rough. That'll be rough.
He seems to be, his head seems to be well on his shoulders.
Yeah. Like he speaks like he's determined to prove a point that I'm one of those players that will make an impact in this league. So
good is not good enough.
I love it. I love it, man.
Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna drop the link for some of y'all to come up here and chop it up with us, so we can hear what some of y'all's thoughts are on this draft. And how it went. Let me just make sure I got everything lined up here.
I love the fact that we reached out to Malik Hooker, though, man.
Love it. I know you. I can tell you do.
He was one of my favorite prospects coming out in 2017. He was the one where I said to myself, Cleveland Browns need to draft Deshaun Watson #1 and Malik Hooker #12 overall, and that would turn their franchise around. But
what's going on, Red Comet? What's going on, Eugene? I believe that's Irving and Todd. How you guys doing tonight?
What's up,
man? I'm happy.
What's going on, fellas? Fins up.
Go ahead, Todd. What were you saying? Sorry.
I said I'm in a good mood tonight with that Phillips pickup because I watched him play. He is so good against the run too. People just underestimate. He runs down ball carriers.
Agreed. Yes.
And when he runs them down, he causes turnovers, and you gotta love that.
I agree.
He's a complete defensive player, bro.
Dude,
Trevor Lawrence has nightmares.
Yeah, he's 270 and runs a 4.5, just as fast as some of these running backs.
Yep. His play speed.
Josh Allen won't be able to run on us anymore.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Right. What's up, man?
And reason, you know who's going to make one of the biggest jumps this year? Raekwon Davis moving back to the outside with Jenkins in the middle.
I think he's going to stay in the middle. Jenkins, I think Jenkins is his backup. Because you got to think of it. Your two ends right now are Ogba and Wilkins.
Yeah. But if you're going to be playing Van Ginkel like you did, you're going to stand up. You're going to stand up AVG and Jaelan Phillips, I think.
That's going to be so nasty, bro.
Wouldn't you be able to, on certain situations, though, put AVG in the middle next to McKinney?
I mean, you could, but I don't think you're really playing to his strengths if you do that. I think you're going to see. I think you're going to see a Landon Roberts, and I think Beagle's going to get some time in the middle there because that was the whole idea apparently before he got hurt.
We did re-sign the Landon Roberts, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, for like a year.
Dang, that's two head buses, man. McKinney and Roberts. We did resign.
Who's got the feedback?
Who has feedback?
Yeah,
Is
There's
it-
someone's feedback in the background.
I think it's Sheffy JS at AOL. If you have headphones, brother, pop them in because just so we can hear ourselves echoing.
I could have sworn I heard Sharif.
Yeah, you did. The lion has arrived.
The lion is ready. The lion
guys,
is ready.
The lion from Zion.
There you go, man. There you go. Hey, shout out to
The
Rhino,
lion
man.
is ready.
Rhino is right there keeping everyone informed on Larry's show. So shout out to Larry and Rhino, man. These guys are Dolphin fans.
Yeah, man.
What's going on? I want to hear from Eugene. Because Eugene, it looks like you're at work, bro.
Yes, sir. I'm at work, but I'm the first time, and I enjoy your content.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, we're still getting the feedback a little bit though.
Yeah, it's just I think it's Sheffy JS. He just unmuted himself and it came back.
Yeah, reason I was looking at the possibilities of the 13. What I've learned from you is the 13-man personnel with 4 speed receivers and Gesicki. So I looked at the options of Benai.
13-man personnel means 3 tight ends, Drew.
Oh my God! So what is the 4 wide receiver set with Gesicki?
What, you want to go like just 4 receivers out there with Gesicki? Well, it depends. Where do you have Gesicki lined up? In line or out in the boundary?
In line.
If you have him in line, okay, then that's 11 man. Well, do you ever want a running back on the field?
Yeah, running back can be on the field.
So that's going to be 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 running back.
Yeah, so then you got to go 10 man or 0-1.
Right.
0-1 is what you're basically talking about. Because
Okay.
10 man means there's no running. 10 man means there's no tight end, and then 0-1 means there's no running back, but there's 1 tight end.
Mhm.
Okay. Because I was weighing the options at number 6 to that set you talked about with Fuller and the possibility of Waddle or Javonte Smith on the other side, and then Wilson in the middle there, and then Gesicki. I weigh that over Panay, man. I really weigh that over Panay because we're gonna outscore you, and you can't score on us, right? Like only us can shut us down, right?
It feels like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I weigh the Waddle pick over Panay for me.
Hey, but did you guys see Brett Stevens his breakdown on Waddle versus Devontae Smith?
No.
You got to check that out, bro. You can clearly show that it clearly shows that Jalen Waddle is the more explosive and dynamic receiver, man.
Yeah.
And the thing is that
Next to Pitt, I mean, what I've been saying the whole time, Pitts,
Yeah.
Waddle, and Rondell Moore were the most dynamic receivers in this whole draft, right?
Yeah, he was pretty much saying what you were saying, Reason. You know, like his elite understanding of the pursuit angles. You know.
Yo, Josh, you got feedback coming, bro. What's with
But
y'all?
yeah,
The 10th man keeps coming up here and giving me feedback, bro.
Yeah, man.
Headphones.
You know what I'm gonna do tomorrow.
Hey, but there was I liked what Devontae.
Yeah, Josh, you got to figure that out, bro. You got
You have to pause YouTube. You have to pause YouTube.
Yeah, if you got YouTube open, shut that down. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Irving.
No, I was just saying that Devontae Smith, that there's a move, especially when he goes against press coverage, press man-to-man coverage, when they try to jam him off the line of scrimmage. He uses kind of like a pass rushing move. He kind of like dips his shoulder to avoid like cornerbacks pressing against him, and it's quite pretty impressive, man.
Mhm.
That a receiver that adds that to his repertoire, just watching, because it's kind of like what pass rushers do when they dip their shoulders against tackles when they try to get across the edge.
You go under the table.
That'd be pretty impressive if he could use that and implement that into his game when he gets into the pros. So that was very impressive when I saw his breakdown. So
Yeah, that's what I talk about when I did my edge rusher.
Yeah.
And I talked about them going under the table. That's what you call that when an edge.
Yeah.
Yep. there are people are trying to join heavily right now. Josh, you get to figure it out, bro.
Yeah, I accidentally had the YouTube link still up there, but yeah, I cut it off.
So what's going on, dude?
Nothing much. Finally was able to get back on the stream. I was at work last week, so I couldn't get in with the draft talk on here. But as far as the draft and free agency, like I said, I was talking to Leo last night when y'all had got off. I really think with the the moves we've made, we put ourselves in a prime position to compete with Buffalo in terms of winning the division. Like I really believe that. I don't think the Patriots or the Jets are gonna be any competition for this year as far as like us splitting with them. I think if we can really compete with Buffalo this year in the division and possibly win the division, I think we have a good shot at least making a divisional playoff round this year. I'm not gonna say Super Bowl, but I mean, as far as the moves we made, we've really rounded this team out well and added the talent that we need. So I just really love what happened last week.
Yeah. Hey, but if we can really contend with Buffalo, like if we can push Buffalo to the edge, I can see a deep playoff run for this team, man. If we can get
as well.
yeah, if we can yeah.
We just have to get past Buffalo.
I can tell you one thing.
Y'all are sleeping on
We're
New
gonna have-
England.
Oh
Big
yeah,
time.
New England, of course. Yeah. You're right.
New England is good right now, guys.
I think
Yeah.
I think
problem
But they ain't
is
got
they
no
don't have
quarterback.
our big
Say
But
again.
can you
Say again, Sharif.
No, I was saying our big playability is striking at least once a game with I don't because I asked Larry and Rhino today in the panel, if you were our defense, how would you stop our 5 receiver personnel if we put that on the field, or
An
the
empty
0
set?
personnel?
rush the
Like
quarterback?
how would we defend? You're gonna put McCain at second slot corner. You're gonna have to put Needham at first slot. How the heck? You're gonna have to put Nick Needham. Egbonogamy at the 6th corner.
You're gonna have to
That's
sell out
leaving-
on. You're gonna have to sell out on the blitz and hopefully get back there.
I heard the notion of rushing the quarterback to apply pressure when we're in empty. I will say this: one of Tua's greatest strengths from last year
Against the
was
blitz.
throwing the football against the blitz,
Exactly.
and he was actually other level accurate and decisive when it came to those blitzes. I was very impressed of how Tua handled the blitz last year. If teams didn't realize that Tua is actually much more advanced when you throw blitzes at him, hey man, that's your poison you got to take, man.
So
Because
we're and there you go, Martin. We're going right to the Buffalo game because that's what they did, right? So we're gonna fuck them over this time.
No,
Yeah,
and the thing is when you no, I was just saying that the thing is when you put him in those empty sets, when you spread out the offense, he can see everything so clearly, especially when he's out back. So he can see those blitzes coming like very fast. And especially that he's a quick thrower. He's very good at those quick reads.
yes,
Those slants.
I wanna blow them out. I just want to blow Buffalo out.
Well,
to
what
show
you have
them.
to do too is you're gonna go empty sets. You know, everything can't be long and developing. You're gonna have to have a couple long developing routes, but you're gonna have to have some slants, or meshes down underneath. You're gonna have to have stuff so if that rush does come, bam, he can get it out right away. He doesn't have to wait for guys' routes to develop.
Yeah, that's a great thing about Waddle and Fuller. They're both, they both can play slot or boundary. So
And they can
whenever
and
you need,
Fuller can kill
Wilson.
you. Fuller can kill you from underneath too. if you put him on the boundary.
Exactly. So I
Dude,
mean, you have
someone
those
was
two guys.
talking about-
You can change them interchangeably.
Like, look at the tweet I put out yesterday. It blew up. I said I might be in the minority here, but I don't want to cut Wilson. The 5 receiver set, the empty sets, the 4 receiver sets, the 3 receiver sets.
Oh, I like that.
And you can put out Fuller, Wilson, and Waddle. How do you cover that?
That's NASCAR right
No,
there.
and
that is
and it's
nasty.
kind of like a basketball team because you could rotate. You know, you can rotate different receivers and throw different looks at defenses. You know, so you keep them on their toes. You know.
Yeah, but I'm
Imagine
just
if you
highlighting the
traded-
speed. Look at the speed I have on the field in those sets out of those three guys.
Exactly. Yeah.
Imagine if we trade somehow with Titans for Henry.
Oh, that'll never happen. Because you got to look at it this way. How many DBs run legit 4-3, mid to low 4-3?
Very few.
Very few, bro. And then you're asking them to backpedal and flip their hips with those guys. I don't care how smooth and fluid you are or your hips are, buddy. Once you do that turn, because they're running straight line or they're braking on their route, the fuck do you do? And what if my boy Kirk Merritt comes out of training camp this summer? This is a guy who his muscles gained muscles. He runs legit 4.3 speed. The guy's like 4.36, 4.35, something in that range. Buddy, you got like a 46-inch vert. What do you do if that guy takes the leap? Because
and he puts it together.
I'll go back to this.
46.
Here's the thing, too. If you go back, I bring this up. Not enough people pay attention to this. If you go back to training camp, okay, before he got hurt, him and Tua were making plays. Kirk Merritt burned Byron Jones.
I remember that.
Okay?
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, bro.
In camp.
Kirk Merritt had like a 30-yard post route completion in camp. They started coming on, then Kirk Merritt got hurt. Then he got sent to the practice squad. He got COVID. And clearly they sent him to the practice squad because they were trying to expand his route tree. Because when you're at Arkansas State, you're not running crazy routes. That's
Right.
basically, what you talked about, Martin, when you're at FAMU. Just get the ball to the best athlete on the field. That's what Kirk Merritt was in.
Yeah,
So,
really.
he develops his route tree and expands it. You're going to have a serious problem on your hands because here's the thing. Not only has he got mid 4.3 speed, once that ball's in his hands, this guy's built like a brick shithouse. He's going to bounce off people, man.
And reason he can cut on a dime at full speed too. The way he runs, he has moves after he catches it too.
It's gonna be interesting to see Kirk Merritt's development because, like you said, reason muscles on muscles. He literally looks like a lichen, from Underworld. Like when you start you start evolving into that monster. He clearly put the work in, and now I'm excited to see how it transitions because Brian Flores is very similar to Pete Carroll as far as if you compete. You have an opportunity to make this roster and potentially get on the field. So, that whole wide receiver room, man, 14 guys on the roster right now. We are going to see the best of the best weed each other out, and once the lights are on, look, you have to make plays, and they know it.
Martin, I was thinking just now. Go ahead, Reese.
Your roster from 53 to 55 this year.
Mm-hmm.
So
very true.
We could carry 7 wide receivers.
Very true, or 8 if we feel
Actually,
like
8, yeah.
Yeah, and the great thing about it is that we wouldn't be in a situation where last year DVP went down, you had Gesicki go down, then you had
Preston Williams.
Who else it was? Well, Grant, but I mean we're not counting.
Preston went down.
Yeah, and we had Mac Hollins and Bowden as our primary receivers in that Patriots game. Now, if you have a DVP get injured or Preston Williams get injured, you got Waddle, you got Foster, you got all these different options that are still, good to top tier talent. So we're just in a whole different position this year to where we can keep it pushing. If that rubber have to meet the road. So I mean, it's just great for us. I mean, just in general.
Mm-hmm.
Man, so many of our players went down that Kansas City game. It's not even funny.
I know. In the fourth quarter, we were playing with third stringers, bro. So we still
made them like first stringers.
Right.
Malcolm Perry needs to be looking around this room saying, "How the hell am I going to make this team?"
And I love Malcolm.
Hey,
I love Malcolm.
Yeah.
I hate to say it because I like him and I want to see where he goes, but Lynn Bowden's going to have trouble making this roster.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
and I want
Say that
Bowden on the
again.
team before Bowden. I want
He's
Bowden on the team before Perry.
Why do they
Right.
have him at running back? No reason.
Who?
Bowden.
What do you mean?
They got him as a running back.
He can play multiple positions.
Yeah, he played
They
quarterback,
just want him on the
running back,
roster.
and receiver.
That's just to get
Right.
him on the team.
In Kentucky,
Yeah.
he was a running back before he had to take over at a
quarterback.
at
Yeah.
quarterback.
Yeah, he was wide receiver, running back, and
So
then
that means
quarterback. At
The
Kentucky.
running back room is even bigger. Wow.
Yeah.
You could use him on those. You could use him on those trick plays.
Keem Grant and Allen Hurns.
Yeah,
they're,
right,
They're
right,
counting
though.
down their days till they get cut.
Matt
What do you
Collins.
guys think about the
Jakeem Grant's the
motion?
first one being cut. Calling it now.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the ability for us to motion like Waddle or, or Bowden, some of these, receivers we have, like the type of confusion and conflict that we can put these defenses in with the type of speed,
That's
that.
Buddy, I'm motioning. My two motion men would be Wilson and Waddle. Because
Oh my
once they
goodness.
motion and break off that line, that's speed.
That's it.
Mhm.
That's it. And if they blitz, Tua's gonna hit them so hard in the middle. They don't want to blitz Tua. The minute they blitz, that opening, whoop, right there in the mesh route with Preston Williams hurt his leg on, that's gonna be Waddle going over the middle.
And Tua's very decisive when it comes to making those decisions. So and the greatest thing about this, by the way, fellas, that we're not really saying at this moment in time, Stootsville and Godsey, having these two guys in the same room, going over the same things, plotting ways and planning ways to, put different players in different positions. Fellas, this is going to be a very interesting offense to watch, bro, because obviously the saying goes, two heads are better than one, and now we literally have to put that into practice with these co-offensive coordinators. I'm expecting some of the best, like, designed, choreographed, scripted football. First quarter, second quarter, 2-minute drive, third quarter opening drive, fourth quarter finish out the game, 4-minute offense. I'm expecting one of the better offenses in the league, bro. Strictly out play call.
More than 35 touchdowns. I'm taking away the MVP for Tua, but I'm saying more than 35 touchdowns right now. Right now,
definitely.
'Cause guess
I
what?
can see that ballpark. Yes.
You want to see one team.
We're gonna run the ball. I think we're gonna run it up like New England guys. We're gonna run the ball, but we're gonna run up the score. People are gonna be pissed at us, but F them. We're running up the score.
They're not
You
gonna
know
be
what?
able
I
to
think
score
one team will blitz
that
us.
hard.
Reason?
Go ahead.
I think the Raiders are going to try to blitz us.
Why the Raiders?
Yeah, we're just a John Gruden thing to do.
I wouldn't with that secondary.
Yeah, that secondary isn't ready.
I did like Trevon Moore though, man. That was a good little.
Did you hear the
that was a
least
good little
safety?
pick.
That's it, bro. Their number one corner is Damon Arnett. Good luck.
They
what's
released
their-
their safety today as well.
Right now? Didn't they let Raekwon McMillan leave?
Yeah, they did.
Raekwon's with the Patriots now.
Patriots, yeah. I'm telling
Hey,
you,
reason.
that's the game I'm interested to see how Belichick schemes this up.
Because Van Noy is spilling all the beans, bro.
Yeah,
like
but
he is a traitor.
all those feeds don't matter because we got a totally different offensive room right now.
True.
This is the thing that makes me not worried about the Patriots, though. If they have Cam, I mean, I'm not worried about that. But if they have Mac Jones, I mean, we have the type of front seven that can get after him, and
Bro, they averaged 146 yards on the ground last year. They had the third or fourth best rushing attack in the NFL.
I think our run.
We got something for that this year.
I think our run.
One thing they've always been able to do, even against good run defenses, is run the football.
That's true.
All you ask Cam to do, give me nothing but short stuff.
Hey, I saw an interview. Go ahead.
Did you see somebody on Larry's show had said something about Tampa Bay is our season opener on Thursday night?
No.
Not confirmed. Marino's goat hit me up about it.
Man, that would be awesome.
That'll be a hell of a test.
I don't want Tampa week 1, bro.
Yeah, that'll be a hell of a test, man.
Let's get our legs underneath us and then build up to Tampa Bay. That's right.
Right. I'm with that plan.
Well,
let's get the offensive rolling, get the offense rolling and starting to gel, and then you want to play a team like that. You don't want to play a team like that out of the gate.
But shouldn't
one at a time. Martin, what were you saying? And then
I'm saying no. Normally, the Super Bowl champions play like a playoff opponent that they beat in week 1. Usually. So I think Tampa might play like the Saints
like a Super Bowl rematch or something like that.
Right. Something along those lines. Like I can recall the Baltimore Ravens playing the Denver Broncos in week 1 in 2013 and Peyton Manning threw for like 6 touchdowns that game or something like I just remember all Super Bowl champions season openers were against opponents that they beat in the playoffs. So I hope the Dolphins don't have to meet the Buccaneers week 1. If they do, NFL's rigged.
Comes out next Wednesday. And you know why I don't want to see that? It's because if we lose that, I got to hear from these Dolphin fans on Twitter and shit.
I know, man.
I'm good.
I know.
I was gonna ask the panel, what would you do since we added Benardrick McKinney and Javon Holland against Buffalo? How do we change, and how did we change going up against Buffalo with our current roster?
Well, I think our front 7 is. Look at how deep our front 7 is right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You added Jaelan Phillips to the edge. You can set the edge to 1, or he can give Josh Allen fits if he wants to move outside the pocket. Benardrick McKinney, they didn't really. Did they draft a running back? I don't think they drafted a running back.
No.
Yeah, they just brought in Breda, right? So I'm not really worried about their running game against us. It's going to be one of those things where Josh Allen is going to have to throw 30 or 40 times to stand a chance to beating us. And our front 7 is going to be generating pressure at a higher rate this year, I think.
Yeah, Jaelan Phillips.
And if that flushes him out of the pocket, well, not only that, right? Like, you got Andrew Van Ginkel's fully healthy now, right? And he's taking on a starter role. Mm-hmm. You got, it's going to be interesting to see how they roll out Baker, because I don't want Baker in that will role. I don't want Baker in the middle as a Will Jack with McKinney.
Yeah.
Like I said in my analysis last year, which ended up being right, he's better as an off-ball blitzer. He's better up on the line of scrimmage, and then that's when they use them. That's when they got the best out of him.
Yeah.
But, Baker,
take the mic away.
Well, he's not the mic. Benardrick McKinney's the mic.
Right. I mean, they took it away from preseason last.
Well, they took it away fucking like 3 games into the season, bro. You're gonna want to see, can Landon Roberts was really stout against the run, but he wasn't that great against pass. And I think everyone's sleeping on him. Beagle's gonna get a lot of snaps next to McKinney.
Yeah, he is.
Hey, I just want to see Allen run up the middle one time right into McKinney.
Oh,
they still got Diggs. They still got Diggs and that other kid, man. We just need to be sturdier on the corners, eh?
Just put X on Diggs and you should be fine.
Noah had an interview the other day, and he says he's ready. He's going to be making a jump this year.
I hope so.
I would love to see that.
Well, I would hope he's saying that, not saying
yeah, man.
I'm going to be regressing this year.
No, he said he's ready. He said all the time he put in, he goes, I'm ready.
Let me tell you this.
Pick 6.
I'm going to tell you this. If I do not get production from him this year, if I do not see why he was worth that 30th pick, I am going to call that pick a waste of resources.
Because Jonathan Taylor was there.
Jonathan Taylor and Antoine Winfield Jr.
Antoine Winfield was my pick at 30. He was.
Both my safety 1 and my running back 1 were there, and then Antoine Winfield goes off and is one of the best safeties in the NFL. And then second half of Jonathan Taylor's season last year was ridiculous. And Jonathan Taylor behind this line, the way it's currently started to form,
I wanted to trade for him today.
And I want to see Noah develop, so I want to see him.
He should take a step, man.
I mean, he's training with X, so
right.
Yeah, he got a great teacher.
Yeah.
See, I'm going to be harder on Noah than I am on Tua. And that's because I also know you could have gotten Noah beyond that 30th pick.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You could have got him in the second round. Don't tell me you couldn't have, all right?
That's true.
That's why I'm putting Greer under the scrutiny as well, because
of that Noah pick, we're now going a second year in a row without having that alpha running back there. Just saying.
Yeah.
That
man.
Noah pick now has leveled into 2 draft classes of us not getting one of those top guys. You had the pick of the cream of the crop last year, and you passed on it for a guy who, let's be honest, I've said it before, I'll say it again. You drafted him 2 years too early. X wasn't going out the door. Needham showed he could handle big-time responsibility, and you gave all that money to Byron Jones. You draft that guy when you're planning on moving off someone either at the end of that season. You do not draft that guy 2 or 3 years before he's about to take over the role.
Yeah, we whiffed on that.
All true.
And it's caused a ripple effect where they ended up sitting on their hands for Dobbins. What happened? Now we've gone into this one. I know they tried to trade up for Najee. Price was too steep with the Vikings. They asked for the 36th, the 50th, and a day 2 pick. We said, go fuck yourself. So we passed on that. And then you sat on your hands when Javonte was the guy you wanted originally at 36. I love the Holland pick. Got called spade a spade. They wanted Javonte Williams first. You missed out now on 2 opportunities because you decided to take a project player at the position, which was arguably the deepest you were at.
Very true.
I got an issue with that. That's not using your resources very, very well, especially a first-round resource. So I better see something this year from Noah, or that's going to be the pick I point to.
Yeah, and let's get into this reason. Let's get into this. I could have gotten Panay. I could have traded 2022 or 2023 because I'm depending on going into playoffs this year. I don't give a damn about 2023. I would have moved back up to number 9 and gotten Waddle. With Panay, I would have given them the 18. I would have been fine with an edge rusher.
He would have went 7. He would have went 7 to Detroit.
Yeah, I don't see Waddle getting past Detroit at all.
You needed to land 6 and 7.
And then Eagles would try to trade up and got Devontae Smith anyway.
And from what I hear, Detroit wanted an arm and a leg and a torso to go with it.
And the way you're building your roster, guess what? You could have used your first-round pick next year on a corner.
Right.
Because we're going to have so little needs.
You could have gotten Panay, and then at 18, you could have gotten Elijah Moore. I mean, or I wouldn't have gotten Bateman. I wanted Elijah Moore at 18.
I wouldn't have taken Elijah at 18, bro. There's a reason why Bateman.
I'm sorry, Rondell.
Oh, yeah. I would not in the first.
Because I wasn't gonna. Oh man, see, I want too much. See, Dolphin fans, Dolphin fans, we want too much.
Minnesota, Rashad can play the slot, bro. 4.39 speed, bro, and he actually shows it on tape.
Yeah, just hey Sharif, just leave this draft alone, man.
I can't believe Tutu Atwell got drafted before Terrace.
What?
That was interesting.
I wasn't even.
They had Terrace Marshall on the board, right?
Yeah. On the board.
But I cannot believe it.
I'll say it again. What happens when you're the LA Rams and you haven't drafted for a couple years?
I heard the Rams won't have a first round pick until 2024 or something like that.
Yeah. And
that's so sad.
By the time they have a first round pick, I think they'll have gone either 5 or 6 years without a first round pick.
That's so sad.
Wow. Bro, I can't believe the Giants picked Kadarius Toney over Terrace Marshall, bro. That was bad, bro.
Yeah, I was watching on that, and
the whole reason they traded back was because Devontae. Was because Devontae went right at 10, right? The Eagles The Eagles traded up to 10 and took him, and then they traded
So,
back.
in general consensus, we have to agree that they went with Waddle. They went with the
Buddy,
right pick.
if I was there and I was the Giants, I would just would have stayed there and taken Parsons.
Yep.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you
Oh,
just
yeah,
want
I was gonna pick Phillips.
Bro, you got Shepard, Slayton, Ingram. They signed Kenny Golladay. Do you really need Kadarius Toney?
No.
No. Could your defense use Micah Parsons? Hell, motherfucking yes. You know what I mean?
And
I
Dallas
don't know. Bad drafting by Gettleman.
I think Dallas drafted like what 6 defensive players and then only had like 2 offensive players or something like that. Like it was crazy.
Bro, and then they lied to everyone when they came out and they said that Micah Parsons was their top-rated defensive player.
They know that was past his hand, man.
Bold face.
Yeah, Jerry Jones kind of gave that.
That's why you traded back after the first 2 quarters, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Jerry Jones gave it away with this stripper tantrum.
One thing I like about Bear, though, with the Senior Bowl, right? He makes you think, oh, I like this guy. Oh, I like this talent. Oh, this guy. All along, he's looking at Ecklenberg.
What are you talking about? Who?
You mean
Eichenberg?
Yeah. All along, he's studying Ecklenberg, right? And we're studying the Senior Bowl, and look who Greer's shaking hands with, and
but didn't you notice after we picked that 36, like there was a little bit of a run on tackles?
Yeah. That's where they messed up. That's where they messed up.
I can tell you right now, they had Tevin Jenkins rated higher, but he went to the Bears a couple picks after we took Javon Holland.
Yeah, man. The Dolphins kind of overthought that situation altogether.
You could have taken Tevin Jenkins at 36, traded back up,
and still gotten Holland. I think Holland was going to fall out of the top 40.
I think he was going to fall into the 4th round.
No. He would have been a second round pick.
Yeah. It would have been.
I'm sorry, the third.
If Morg went first, Holland would have went second.
Hey, everybody keeps forgetting. Before he sat out this year because of COVID, he was going to be a top 10 pick.
Who?
Yeah.
Holland.
Yeah,
Holland.
He was a top talent. Yeah.
But reason I thought it went Richie Grant, Holland, Richie Grant, then Morrig.
It did.
Morrig went Richie. No, went Holland, Richie, then Morrig.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the only reason Morrig fell is because of he had injury flags at the combine. At the end,
back issue, right?
He took the first safety.
What? Yeah, we took the first.
Yeah, we did.
Damn, Minka, look out! I'm telling you, Holland is a ball hog, man.
He's way more versatile than Minka.
Agreed.
He's a ball hog, man. Plus, he can return.
That's my favorite pick. Pick.
I kind of love him, man.
Yeah, that's why they.
Where's Damian at, bro? I've been talking about Holland since last August, bro.
Hey, and unlike Minka, he's not going to be a baby about where they want to play him.
Right, he's going to be professional.
Look at this. Watch what I'm about to show you. I shared this on Twitter today too. Look at what he's training. Ball hawk's gonna ball hawk, baby.
What?
Who's that?
That's Javon Holland.
Yeah.
Quick reactions. He has quick reactions, dude.
Man, he tracks the ball like a receiver, bro. If you see him like his tape.
That's what he played in high school.
If that was that would have hit his feet out.
I heard about that.
Right, Phil. I finished my analysis. I finished my evaluation on him before he even opted out. That's why I talked about it in October, bro. I gave you guys all an evaluation on him back in October. If no one remembers,
was he
go back?
We could lead
top 25 players. Dolphins to watch. He was number 9, and he was the highest safety on it. Right. Waddle was like number 4. Waddle was like number 4. I'm just saying.
Man, we could lead the league in picks this year.
Just saying.
So, isn't it weird though seeing all these people giving the Dolphins love though?
Yeah,
it is.
With all the hate we've gotten,
it worries me.
Yeah, right.
I don't trust that, bro.
Brother, the entire fan base is like, hold on, something ain't right here, man. Why is everybody giving us A's like this?
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Where's Drew Boo at? Where's Drew Boo at?
Where's Pyro at?
We're sitting there
He
saying,
was going ham.
we are questioning like some of the picks, and then when we
Pyro's
really look at it,
watching Jared Doak's tape as we speak.
they're addressed. They're addressed.
Trying to convince himself.
No, we got him. We got him.
He had to get his tattoo with Pittsburgh colors.
Reason, would you agree they address like 6 out of 7 needs?
Well, I don't think.
Well, we needed center.
That's why I said 6 out of 7. No, you can say 8.
I think Dieter's going to be center.
Skura.
I believe in him.
Oh, Skura.
Do you think we get?
Go ahead. I just want to make room for Damien to come on here, bro. Logan, I appreciate you, man. Come back next time we do it. I just want to get Logan. I want to get Damien up here. All right, brother.
Logan. Thanks.
All right, Logan, man.
All right,
Logan.
All right, Logan.
Hey, do you think we get rid of Jesse Davis to save some money because of what we picked up?
I hope so.
Man.
No, because we actually have depth at the O-line.
Yeah.
It's going to be Hearns, Grant, and they're going to look at doing something with
Bobby McCain, too.
Well, we still have to get rid of Fedulum, too, I think. I think he's still on the roster.
Oh, definitely Fedulum. That freaking pretty game. Damn.
What's up, guys?
What's up,
Dane?
What's going on,
Dan Dollar.
What's up, guys? So sorry I'm so late.
Put the gun down slowly, man. Didn't get Najee.
Nah, that's Pyro.
Yeah, that's not me.
Yeah, Damien was upset about the.
Damien's going through guilt and grief for riding Pyro so hard for not getting Najee, and then it works out the way it does.
I was like, I still know someone's gonna have an aneurysm. We didn't get Najee.
Yo, Damien, when did you join?
So I said what's up. Once I got the notification, I said what's up to everybody. Then I went to make me a cup of coffee. So I done missed pretty much everything.
So what did that's a big fucking cup of coffee. What did you so you didn't see the part about how intel was given to the Denver Broncos that we were taking Javonte Williams at 36?
No, and whoever let that intel out should be fired.
And then Benjamin Albright has confirmed that that's exactly what went down. And then one of the AFC East, one of our rivals, messaged George Patton, the GM, and congratulate him on thwarting our plans.
Whoa!
Wow!
You know what though? That's so telling. That shows that people are intimidated by what the Dolphins have.
Right.
People are on. They're on the lookout. We have everyone's attention. That's what it shows me. Again though, before I get on the bad about whiffing on a running back, from just looking at what the show is about, the title of the show, Jaelan Phillips will strike the fear of God in everybody's heart because that's going to make Agua even more better. You can't double Agua. Agua's going to be able to do what he does.
So you missed that part then too.
Yes.
Basically, what happened was in Armando's article, he's talked to NFL personnel, and the Jets, the Bills, and the Patriots are not happy we got Jaelan Phillips.
Oh yeah, that's why. We had to take him where we took him at. He was not going to make it past. He probably wasn't going to make it past the Colts. Definitely.
No, in that same article about Javonte Williams, it talks about George Patton. If Jaelan fell into the 20s, he was moving back. He had basically deals in place with his assets to move up into the 20s.
Yeah,
and take him.
This kid, barring the medical, he has the best pass rushing ability as far as technique with his hands, using his hands and using ability to get to the passer. He has his arsenal is outstanding. This kid right here, if healthy, he has the capability of having a 10+ sack rookie year. That is a fact. He has pure pass rushing ability, and what makes him so good is having the experience of playing standing up in UCLA. That just translates over. That's just another arsenal in his tool belt, and I'm ecstatic with why Flo drafted him. He can do it all.
Yeah.
That's one of those players, just like Arba, who can do it all. And I can say, coming out of college at this stage in his career, his pass rushing abilities are eons more polished than what Ogba's is. I mean, the sky's the limit with this kid. And Javon Holland, who Reason talked about for everybody that don't know, since damn last summer before the college football season even started, Reason was talking about this kid. And this kid, again, is another type of guy who has a full arsenal. I think about players like Charles Woodson comes to mind, who at Michigan did it all, return punts, return kicks, started off as corner, and then transitioned to safety. Javon Holland already has that in his arsenal because he's been lined up all around the field. If you want him on the boundary playing corner, in the slot, on the perch, he's done it all. Even though he's done it in college, playing in the box, getting up on the line, so he's not going to do it in the NFL, of course. But he has the capability and has that in his arsenal. That's somebody who he reminds me of, and he has a great head on his shoulders, and he portrays those leadership abilities that a Charles Woodson does portray. I definitely see that in this kid. I didn't have a problem with us taking him where he did. Reason, Rhino, Mark knows that. I wanted Javonte, but that's a good consolation prize. I think this kid has future All-Pro written all over. Mika, who? We don't need Mika no more because this guy not only has the physical skills, but he has the football IQ. He's willing to do everything it needs, and he has the leadership capabilities.
Right, right.
You can't ask for no more with those two guys. Those two guys are two guys who could be standouts in our defense. Just like how we had Zach and JT, even though they're different positions with Javon, these two could be our Zach and JT and be a staple of our defense for the next 10 years.
And Damien, you know what people... Damien,
you didn't mention the best part about him, bro. He's Canadian, bro.
Oh, yeah, the Canadian Destroyer. That's the name we're calling him, the Canadian Destroyer.
Highest Canadian player ever highest Canadian player ever taken in a draft.
Beautiful.
And Damien,
first round, he was top 25 talent.
Yeah.
You know what people are going to love about Phillips? If he could, he would move into the Dolphins facilities. They asked him, where are you gonna live? He goes, the closest I can to the stadium. I want to be there to work out. I want to be wherever they want me to move, I'll move.
They love football. All these guys love football. And like I've come to realization where with the porn star hunter thing, I'm gonna retire that name. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I looked up more stuff about him. And just think back on games with BC. He does everything better than Kaseki.
He's more rounded out.
More rounded out.
Yeah.
Soft hands. He fits in perfect. I think he's going to really be a factor in the passing offense and in the running game because he's a way better blocker than Kaseki. And even though we dreamed about the things we could do with Pitts and Kaseki on the field, we could do similar things with Hunter Long and Kaseki. No, they're not the athlete Pitts are, but this kid can run routes well for a tight end. And that's an element that we don't have right now with Mike Kaseki.
Hunter
work does everything good. Not great, but good. That's what we're asking for, stability.
Hey, Dame, Hunter Long actually reminds me of like a Greg Olsen, but with far less swag, and like he's just a square kid, which is fine. But
like Todd Heap,
Todd Heap, yeah. Like just a square kid. But when I say he can run routes, he gets open, soft hands. If you need him and put his nose in there to block, like let me tell you, man. I know everybody's saying we got an A, on our draft from all these platforms. Initially, because we selfishly wanted our own picks, But when we look back at this draft, man, we gotta look at it and say, damn, bro, we got a hell of a haul from rounds 1 through 3 at least, but the entire draft was really good, man.
Yeah. Martin, who's that gentleman from?
Hey guys, I have to get out of here. Y'all have a wonderful night. I gotta drive home.
I got you. All right, man.
Martin, who's the defensive end who played for Minnesota who used to tie you up like a cowboy?
Minnesota?
Mm-hmm. Who played for the Vikings?
He nailed it.
That's Jared Allen, man.
I think this is what Jaelan Phillips brings to us. Jaelan Phillips brings.
No, you nailed it, Damien. Who was it?
Randall McDaniel.
Yeah.
That's John Randall.
John Randall.
Yeah.
John Randall.
That's what Jaelan Phillips brings to us. He brings that explosive stuff, man.
But you know what? It's just the way that he uses his.
But John
hands.
Randall was hand in the dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, defensive tackle.
You remember how Reggie used to use his hands like with the hump move and just like with certain moves, the way he uses his hands to get to the passer.
You talking about Reggie White? You talking about Reggie White?
Yeah, I'm just talking about Reggie in the way he used his hands, like rushing that passer. You know, not only with the swim, but the hump move he used, or just with as far as the swatting ability and all. Jaelan Phillips, like
he has everything.
His bull rush is really good.
Yeah, he has so many ways to get to the passer.
Because I'm a UM fan.
To attack the tackle or to go inside or outside. He has so many ways to exploit tackle's weaknesses to get to the quarterback. That can't be. That's God-given ability. And I God knows. I just pray to God this kid stays healthy because this guy right here is the best. And I love Cam.
DPOY.
It's the best pass rusher we could possibly have since JT. I really think this kid has it.
He has such great he has such great length to his frame that it's hard for most tackles to handle him. And then he has that consistent motor, bro. It just doesn't stop. He just
That's why I think of Jared Allen. You know, he just squares up. Yeah. He just squares up, bull rushes the tackle, bro, and just uses his frame to just overpower you, bro. That's the type of guy that he is, bro.
I'm actually interested to see how all the other players on the defensive line is going to take advantage of such an opportunity where once Jaelan Phillips starts attracting more attention, double teams, etc.
They're gonna all eat, bro.
Wilkins, Raekwon Davis, AVG. These guys are literally going to be high-fiving each other like the Wayans brothers. When you know what I mean? Like it's gonna get really interesting to see how this defensive line starts progressing.
It's only one bad thing about that though, y'all. Auburn's gonna want that bag after this season. It's no getting around it. This is gonna open things up for Auburn. He's gonna want that bag. That's the only bad.
You line him up on the interior as an end next to Phillips. Oh my God.
That's the only bad thing about this. Auburn was gonna want the bag.
I think if we can,
and that's why, guys, we want Jimmy G to break his ankle, and we want Trey Lance
Oh yes.
So we can get Thibodeau.
Because they're gonna it's a top 10 pick.
We want Thibodeau with a top 5 pick, and there we go. We're set for the next 10 years.
Oh my God,
that's diabolical, man. But I think
if we get Javonte Thibodeau.
Yes,
I've already been talking about him for like a year and a half.
Yes, you have.
That'll be so wicked.
Thibodeau, I'm gonna sit here and be like, I've been talking about him for I've been talking for him as long as I've been talking about Sewell.
Yes, you have. Yes, that was the other guy. You are 100% right, Reason. That's the guy. That's Chase Young right there.
Oh yeah, that's like Myles Garrett. Yeah,
Damien, wherever you are right now, you sound really
man.
good, bro. Wherever you are right now, Damien, you sound good.
Oh, I'm hyped up off a coffee right now in the dog.
Okay. Sorry, Martin.
Yeah, he drank.
No. It's all good, man.
Coffee he spent an hour making. Ronald asked, "Who was your favorite draft pick?" Reason. Ooh, that's a tough one. It's
the homie Javon Holland from Canada, man.
I got to go with Waddle just because I was preaching that Waddle pick like weeks before it happened.
Yeah.
But I love the Jaelan Phillips pick. I love Javon Holland for selfish reasons. He's Canadian. Plus, I've been talking him up for 10 months to y'all. So, I mean, and now I actually get to see him. Now it's going to be put up or shut up for me because, if he doesn't live up to what I was hyping him up to be.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm going to have my foot in my mouth. But yeah, any of those first 3 picks, but if I have to, it would probably be Waddle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love the Waddle.
My favorite is Waddle, man.
Which is crazy.
Affect the most.
And that shows how I'm willing to take my subjectivity out of it because my guy was on the board when they took Waddle.
Yeah, Panay. Yeah.
Panay.
So.
Hey, and does that mean their highest rated player was Javon Holland out of Oregon? That was their highest rated player probably on that team.
Well,
maybe.
No. That doesn't mean that at all.
Yeah, that just means they paid attention to him when they looked at Oregon.
Yeah, but what also that means is bro, there's a difference between picking at 6 and 36.
Yeah.
Like if Panay Sewell and Javon Holland were on the board at the same
You
time,
get Panay
Oh yeah,
Sewell,
they'd have
yeah.
picked Panay
especially when they ended up trading up to 42 to take Liam Eichenberg.
Yeah.
We're taking Sewell.
Most definitely.
Logically, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Now, I can sit here and say that they had clearly Javon Holland graded higher than Tevin Jenkins.
Yeah.
Isn't Trevor Morig 5'8"?
No. The
Should, right?
Yeah,
That's
the
a
short
Darius
one.
Washington.
Yeah, Darius Washington's the short safety from TCU.
Yeah, Morg's like 6'2", 6'1", I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6'6".
Reese, don't feel bad. My guy was still on the board too when Waddle was picked, so don't feel bad, Reason.
Who's your guy?
My guy was Smitty.
I was prepping all of y'all though. Can't say I didn't warn you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but the only thing that kept me off of Waddle was his injury. He was my initial first guy, and then I swapped him for Smitty. That's the only difference.
I got to ask the question though. Why are you worried about the injury? Because it was a clean break and there was no ligament damage.
I didn't know the details of the clean break fracture.
Yeah, it was just a clean break and there was no ligament damage. That's why I forget who it was, but Clump. Remember when Clump was up here? If you're watching the draft coverage, Ryan Roberts and someone else were telling him like, "Yo," because he brought up the injury. We're like, "Yo, bro, it's a clean break. There's nothing to worry about." Now, if there's ligament damage, he probably would have fell down the board.
True.
That was my only reason why I didn't take Waddle Smith, but otherwise,
I'm telling you, I think Smith's size worried them.
Hey, Reese,
there was something in my heart.
Hey, it's 166 pounds, bro. That's light, bro.
There was something
In the
in my
NFL, I
heart
don't know, man.
in that Alabama game when he came back in the playoff game that was saying, sit this dude down because he's some type of. I felt like he was my asset, right?
Bro.
Like, why are they playing
That guy,
Waddle?
yeah, but you know why? When he did that,
it showed.
I keep telling y'all they value talent.
It's a big deal.
And character just as much.
That showed
And
so much.
that right there was he won them over.
And he got a first down on one of the plays.
I mean, he could have lost out on millions of dollars, man. If he would have won and hurt himself worse, he could have went to a second round pick or
but think about it. The worst that would have happened is he would have broken the bone again, which is horrible to say, but he would have been ready.
And it's not just his character, it's his versatility, bro. He's a Brian Flores pick. He's a Brian Flores guy.
Right.
Yeah, all perfect.
The whole reason he didn't do his pro day was because he already got timed by GPS.
The reason you already knew that it was Waddle the day before. He had posted something on Instagram.
Some feedback. Yeah.
Crypto, I think it's you, Crypto, buddy. You got some feedback. If you got headphones, plug them in.
Excited! I'm just so excited to see Waddle.
Go ahead. Sorry, Josh. Go.
Didn't you say that Tua knew the pick like the day before because he posted something on Instagram and then deleted
it? And he deleted it.
Yeah, this you mean the Dolphin shirt.
You look at the
I brought this up, Josh. Listen, when Flores said in his presser, like a couple weeks before the draft,
we're gonna meet for lunch.
He said he took him out for lunch. You know what I mean? What do you think he was asking about? Dickerson, Smitty, and Waddle. He was asking his opinion.
What receivers? What should we take?
What does this offense need?
Yeah.
Right.
And you look at the
and you know he probably said, "I need someone who's separating real quick."
Right.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
the smoke is why I was out here weeks before the draft telling y'all it's going to be Waddle. So I'm like, there's smoke around Chase, there's smoke around Smitty. It didn't start till like the last 5-6 days that a little bit of smoke started coming around at Waddle. I said that's when I started locking in. Yo, Waddle's the pick. Like I talked to Richmond Webb before I went live today, and he said to me, he's like, bro, I remember just sitting back on the finish line, listening to you talk about the lack of smoke around Waddle and how it's pointing you towards Waddle, especially on top of your evaluation of that's the team, what the team needs. It's like then they go and pick them.
Don't follow the smoke.
Shout out to Richmond. Shout out to Richmond because he called me a damn good evaluator tonight.
And look at this, San Francisco. It came out that Kyle Shanahan had said that he said nothing about Mac, but the media went out there with that narrative and they pushed it. And
what
then
did I kept saying? What did I kept
I
saying?
didn't do anything. He said, I didn't say that.
No way it's Mac.
He
Yeah,
never, he
I'll
never,
let him run with it.
Bro, that was the easiest to read through,
he
bro.
never even, after that first pro day, he never wanted Mac. We
Yeah,
saw him.
bro. Dude, when he went to that pro day, the guy looked like he saw a ghost, bro.
They all did.
Yo, you could tell, bro. Like you could tell 110%. And then once Lance's name got involved there, I'm like, okay, they're taking Lance. Lance or Fields made the most sense at that pick.
Belichick's like, I can't believe we're going to take this guy at 50. I can't believe it.
Shout out to the newest member of the Inside the NFL
Who that?
YouTube. The homie Richmond Webb. Appreciate you.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So
Watching in
my
the
brothers.
wing. Watching in the wing.
I love that man, bro.
Yes,
Love
sir.
it, man. Love you, homie.
That's the
Appreciate you.
greatest left tackle of the Dolphins history.
Get him his damn jacket.
Yeah, man.
It's an
It's got-
atrocity,
Everyone
man.
right
He's not in the
now-
Hall of Fame.
Everyone right now, I need you to fill the comment section with the Webb Hall of Fame jacket emoji that you members have access to. I want you to
Yes, sir.
spam that right now.
Right
That's
there.
Yeah,
right.
man. Yo, man.
No one deserves it more than that guy. I know
It's
everyone.
coming. It has to come.
Everyone's hung up on Zach Thomas, but here's the thing that I said about Zach. You can talk about the linebacker position in the 2000s without Zach Thomas. You cannot talk about the left tackle position in the 1990s and basically all time without mentioning Richmond Webb.
That's right.
That's
official,
truth. I mean,
And yo,
That's true.
that's what we're doing, guys. This year is the push. We're starting it this year, and we're going to keep going till it ends, till it happens. This channel, we're going to lead the way of pushing Richmond Webb to the Hall of Fame.
It has to start, man. It has to
Yellow
start.
jacket.
And
And
Armando will not be representing you. That'll happen over my dead body.
Oh, no, Jen, we don't need that. We don't need that.
Honestly, man, Richmond's denial outside of the Hall is eerily similar to like Drew Pearson that just got in. You know, for the Cowboys.
It's embarrassing.
It's like, come on, man, he should have been in there. But you know, the people that's actually voting for it, but like, they don't really know nothing about the ins and outs of football.
The problem is Richmond Webb is too much of a nice guy.
He
That's the problem.
Yeah.
He protected the best pure passer of all time.
I mean, yeah.
Imagine that.
Hey, but you guys
It's
do
that
know,
simple.
you guys do know that the Dolphins have the most Hall of Famers in the NFL, right? They have the most players in the Hall of Fame, so maybe it's
Well,
some
we don't
bias
have
against
enough.
Miami. You never know.
Well, we don't have enough.
Don't have enough.
Yeah.
Right.
Man,
I think
that's
it's
what's
a
up.
travesty, man.
You know, man, saying one of the best quarterbacks to ever play, and you don't have his left tackle next to him. It doesn't make any damn sense. None of it makes any sense.
It's all
Bro,
good.
the NFL, he's on the NFL 1990s all-decade team, bro. Someone
That's crazy,
explain
bro.
to me how a guy on the all-decade team is not in the Hall of Fame. Someone
That's
explain
weird.
that to me.
I swear if they put Eli Manning in before Richmond, wow,
Buddy.
bro, I'm gonna flip.
Jason Sarni's out here in the streets of Cleveland taking pictures with the guy from the Hall of Fame that knocks on people's doors, taking selfies. Well, I'll be shaking the guy down. Why isn't Richmond in the Hall of Fame? You fucking jabroni.
That guy Jason Sarney has me blocked on Twitter for some reason. I don't know why. I never interacted with the guy.
That guy's a joke, bro.
Reason to have him by his collar, like, hey, man.
Yeah, bro.
What y'all doing
You're
over
not-
here, man?
I ain't leaving until he's in the Hall of Fame, B. Let's go.
He deserves it. He definitely deserves it.
Reason you'll be looking behind your shoulder to see who's
No,
watching
bro.
you and shit.
Bro, I'll zip tie his wrists, his ankles, throw him in my trunk, and take him back to Canada, bro. Throw him in my basement until Richmond's in the Hall of Fame, bro.
Oh man, nah, he deserves it.
Hit him with the cattle prod every now and then.
No,
He deserves it. He deserves it, man.
Hey, but doesn't that guy look like John Candy, guy from the Hall of Fame? He looks like a bald John Candy.
Kinda, man.
Richmond says,
Kinda.
I guess I can't sneak in here from now on. I appreciate the love, my brother. I was trying to eavesdrop about Jaelan Phillips. Yeah, Jaelan Phillips, man. I love that pick, man. Like, I think even though we didn't get Javonte, our first three picks were freaking home runs, man.
Potential all pros, each and every last one of them.
And Liam Eichenberg, I'll use the same word I use about his play. It's a solid pick. Hunter Long. It took us, it took a little bit because our boy Quinn was on the board.
Yeah.
But that's a solid pick, man.
The reason I was saying that Phillips, he has that chance for Defensive Player of the Year. He does.
Oh yeah, I could see 10 or 12 sacks in year one, no problem.
Definitely Defensive Rookie of the Year. Definitely in that category.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I just looked at something, guys.
I think
in a row.
Yeah, that's too conservative. I'm seeing 15 sacks.
Dude, the strip sack coming around the edge, he's going to come around the edge and have guys step up, and they're going to step right up into Ogba. I'm already seeing it.
Yeah.
You know who made the other opposite side defensive ends good? Jaelan Phillips creating pressure, and they having to cave into the opposite side.
That happens. That happens a lot. Yeah.
And I'm a fan.
But I'm seeing a Michael Strahan-like season. Somewhere near in the mid-teens to low 20s in sacks.
But we still have to be realistic, fellas. When you start seeing a guy, especially a young player, that's starting to rack up 7, 8, 9 sacks within the first half of the season, you have to imagine that these coordinators and these coaches are going to start game planning around that, double teaming, sometimes triple teaming, like how they do Aaron Donald. Obviously 2 different players altogether, but when you start seeing guys making particular impacts on defense, you have to scheme up for them. So once that happens, I think production is going to slow down naturally, and obviously other guys are going to start, picking up the pace because he's going to get more attention. But I do believe he'll finish the season strong, and if we make the playoffs, he's going off.
And Martin, a good portion of the all 22 after we watch it after the games are over, you see Christian Wilkins getting double teamed. If they do that with Jaelan Phillips, I'm telling you right now, Christian Wilkins will eat. They don't want to do that. They don't want to do that.
Christian Wilkins has been waiting for this type of edge rusher to be introduced to this front seven, and I actually anticipate Christian Wilkins to have one of the better seasons from an interior defensive lineman, because it's time. Obviously, we're pointing at these players from the class of 2020, but Christian Wilson was our top pick in 2019, and as much as we love him, we love the energy, we love the enthusiasm. But realistically, we haven't seen enough from Christian Wilkins to say, this guy is a staple in our defense. Not yet. He's a very good piece to have, but definitely I'm waiting for that breakout 8 to 9, 10 sack season
above
from Christian Wilkins. We're waiting for that.
Mm-hmm. Well, if we can get like 6 picks from X, maybe 2 from Jones, get maybe 3 from Needham. Then if Holland get maybe 1 or 2 from him, and so on. If that defense can give us at least like 70% or 65% of the turnovers that they got last year, with the type of offense we're rolling out, like, we're going to be able to convert and cash in on those turnovers a lot more better than we did this year. That was one of the problems. We have so many turnovers, so we wouldn't cash in on them. But this year, man, if you do that, I mean, the defense can, give you 65% of that this year. The offense is going to capitalize on that. And then likewise, the offense is out there making big plays. That's going to crank the defense up to play harder because they, see that their efforts is being rewarded, So, I mean, it's just going to be.
Yeah, I think Ogba is going to be the one that eats off Phillips.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rushing the passer isn't Wilkins' strong suit. You know what I mean? I think this is going to be Ogba. You line them up next to each other, he's going to be eating. Shout out to Tyler Collins, a.k.a. Cali Girl. She just became the latest member. Appreciate you.
Ty. Appreciate it, Tyler.
So I think Ogba.
Shout out to Bama.
And I think it's going to give AVG ain't going to see a lot of doubles because of that, and that's going to give him a chance to make a lot of plays because I've said it since his rookie year. That guy is a playmaker, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
That's right.
And does Strobridge crack the team? What does Benito Jones do? Benito, He's a nose tackle, but he's one of those rare nose tackles where pass rushing is actually his strength, not run blocking. Sorry,
run defense. Yeah.
So
led better.
Zach Seiler. No one's talking about Zach Seiler.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my goodness, bro. Yeah.
Look, this defense, bro. Like again,
good, bro.
Again, I don't like bringing up these type of comparisons, man. But the Seahawks, man, that 2012, 2013, 2014.
I like
Seahawks
our
team.
Legion of Boom better in the secondary than theirs.
I'm telling you right now.
I wouldn't say Legion of Boom. I would say we got the speed to keep up with receivers.
Bro, I'll take Exeter Byron over Richard Sherman, bro. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Our defense, we run mostly man. They was running cover 3. Like our
a lot of zone.
It's more like Jimmy Johnson. Yeah, Damien.
We're gonna bring it out there. I'm admit we ain't got no Cam chance. We ain't got nobody gonna put the fear of God yet. But that remains to be seen. But corner, just throwing our backs out, defensive backs out there. Couldn't nobody, and when they were at their height with Sherman and Browner, Browner being that big guy, and then Sherman, back to back.
Our corners are better.
Yeah, way more better.
Even in the slot, we're better too.
Because what we ask our corners to do, Richard Sherman can't do that. Browner did it in New England to a step, and he was rolling off of Revis. Our defensive
that's
back
true.
is outstanding. I will say their linebacker core with Bobby and KJ, they could they can match us there, but our defense.
Yeah, because I was gonna say
saying,
all we're missing is that second linebacker.
Yeah.
Next to McKinney.
Yeah.
Once you get that, it's all systems go.
Yeah.
We're gonna find him.
But guys, we're sitting here like revolutionizing a new type of defense, right? And people are following us, bitches. That's what.
Well,
yeah, Sharif.
You mean that
I think that was the end of his comment.
Yeah, think of it. We're revolutionizing.
My bad, bro.
We're revolutionizing.
I don't think we're revolutionizing.
Yeah, I think this has been done.
Yeah, this has been done. We're just polishing it, bro.
Right.
So we're the standard that new teams with young players are trying to get to. Like, we got to accept what we are now.
We're taking a lot from what the Ravens do, what the Patriots do, and even if you go read, because I have, shout out to Kevin Dern, I've read Rex Ryan's defensive playbook. A lot of similarities to what Rex would run too.
Yeah.
You gotta remember what Rex was D coordinator for those early 2000 Ravens teams.
Buddy Ryan.
After Marvin left, Rex stepped in after Marvin. Remember, Marvin was up under. Rex was up under Marvin Lewis.
And all of them from Buddy Ryan.
Yeah.
No, Buddy's Rex's brother, bro.
No, Buddy's
Rex and Ryan's dad. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the old guy, right?
I'm going back old school, reason. Old school.
Rex was up under Marvin Lewis because
what the hell's the name of his brother with the long ass hair?
Rob.
Yeah.
He was with the Saints, right?
That's the twin brother.
Long flowing locks.
Look just like him.
Yeah.
He was there with Parcells in Dallas and stuff too.
Because remember, Rex was the D coordinator for those Ravens teams. Remember, Rex called a timeout when they were going against the Patriots. They had them on the ropes on that undefeated season.
Dude, Buddy Ryan.
That's true.
Buddy Ryan would blitz you at least 90 times a game.
46
I know Buddy Ryan.
Yeah, when you got Richard Dent on your damn defensive line, and Singletary at your line, you can do things like that. Dent.
Yeah.
Richard fucking Dent. Steve McMichaels get well, brother. If you got people like that rushing the passer, you can do exotic things like that.
You could forget it.
Nah, man. The team has been well put together these last couple years, and hats off to Greer, man.
Hey, but Dolphin fans, who was the one man that ripped that defense to shreds that year? God's quarterback did that. Orange Bowl.
Dan Marino, baby.
Only
Dan Marino.
That defense to shreds. God's quarterback.
The reason.
Go ahead.
I know you said this earlier, but I would just be so that would be crazy if they brought in Malik Hooker tomorrow. I heard they had a meeting or something like that earlier.
And they brought him in for a visit, but he went home. He went home without a contract.
No problem. No problem. Just stay in touch. I get he has an injury riddled past.
He's a hell of a player.
However, he's such an outstanding player. I just want to see if we can keep him healthy over here, what he can do as a deep, last line of defense defender, man. I want to really see that happen, bro.
It'll be a beautiful thing, Martin. It would be a beautiful thing with him and Holland back there.
Oh my goodness.
Did he play tight? Did he play tight end?
No. there you go. There you go, man.
Good one.
Dude, it wouldn't be UDFA if we didn't sign a tight end either.
Man. Yeah, bro. We have affinities for certain position groups, bro. I don't know why.
My whole thing is, why did you even bother with Ethan Carter? Special teams?
Special teams. Yeah, see, Ethan Carter, Robert Foster, Mac Holland, Riley, Duke Riley, all of them were strategic signings because we want to amplify our special team. That's why I keep trying to reiterate to you guys, the team that the Dolphins have assembled, it's going to be difficult for teams to just beat us, bro. It really is. All phases of the football. We have the best kicker in the league. We have one of the best defenses in the league. Our offense is going to create this type of situation where, bro, once we catch up offensively,
it's over.
And we have a good punter now.
It's over.
I'm telling you, we're gonna run up the score on teams.
It's gonna get real quick, man. It's gonna get real
At least one or two games are won through special teams in the season. 1 to 2 games are won
right.
through special teams in the season.
Precisely.
So that's.
And see, what people don't realize is when they run up the score in New England, they're a bad, wicked, evil team. What the hell are you talking about? They're running up the score.
Yeah, but the Dolphins, I don't want to wish that type of omen just yet because we haven't quite arrived as far as
offensively.
We can't just do it like that. We have to be mindful of our opponent. We have to be mindful of how we're beating them. And once we, like I said, like we said, once we get that taste of a playoff victory, and we've proven that we're one of those teams that you have to watch out for. That's when you can come through like the next year and start blowing teams out with no remorse. But right now, we just have to win solid games and we have to make the playoffs. Once that happens, that's when things will start.
I think Duke Riley's actually gonna. I think he's actually going to contribute on defense too. I think Brennan Scarlett is the one that will be specifically special teams. But if you look at Duke Riley, if you go back, if you heard him talk about when they interviewed him after they signed him, and when you go back and you look at his game, he's a guy who started off at special teams but has ascended. He actually got legit snaps in Philadelphia, right? And I look at him as he's our Camus Grugier-Hill of this offseason. Let's just hope we get better production. That's all.
You will. You will. Duke is a much better player than Grugier-Hill. But yeah, man, I'm with you.
Yeah, he's a beast. They got depth, man. Like the one thing I look at when we look at this wide receiver core, when we look at the offensive line now, when you go look at the front seven, when you go look at the secondary, it's depth. We had no depth at safety at both safety spots, and they're starting to accumulate depth.
This team is going to be hard to beat, like Martin says. And to add to that, the tight end room is depth. Chris Myarick is a solid tight end. He's on the practice squad.
He ain't gonna crack it, bro.
He's on the practice squad. In preseason, he rocked.
You guys, I'm gonna head up.
Take it easy.
He
ain't gonna crack it, bro. He's got Shaheen and Durham Smythe locked in front of him. They just spent an 81st pick on Hunter Long. Gesicki's there. It's pretty much not a good
locked
look
in,
for Chris Myarick, which I don't get because they went out of the way to protect him so much last year.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, boy. You know what?
You're not gonna carry 5 tight
I think
ends.
Greer holds talent from other teams getting him too. He's petty like that.
Well, a lot of teams do that, right?
You're not gonna get him. I will have him. I won't use him, but you won't have him.
Well, now he's expendable. You don't need 5 tight ends.
Well, one thing I'll say, in regards to us.
That kid from Alabama can play tight end that we just signed too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But
What do you mean, Reason? We got about 22 tight ends. Remember, everybody.
Bro, 16-man personnel, bro.
16-man personnel.
Right.
Yeah, but what I'll say about us developing our identity as a team, we have tons of playoff teams such as the Colts, we got the Ravens, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we got the Tennessee Titans, Buffalo Bills twice. So we have plenty of teams on our schedule this year for us to see what we're made of and, see where we need to get to the drawing board to, tweak on. So once we do get to the playoffs, we kind of have an idea of what our team is, during this year and, what we have to work on for going forward into, the 2022 season. So, I mean, it's not like last year. I mean, people consistently said, oh, we only beat one playoff team. Like we beat the Rams and stuff like that. But, I mean, we have a gauntlet that we have to go through this year, and I think we have the team that's built to do it. I think it's just they have to get the experience and go through it, and then,
they'll get over the hump. Yeah, they'll get over the hump.
Do we know
Tell you
if
this
there's
thing,
going to be
I'll tell you this.
preseason games?
Wait a minute. We beat the
I think they're going to do 2 preseason.
There's two. I'll tell you this thing, Josh. Lamar Jackson ain't throwing 5 touchdowns on us this year, bro.
No,
ain't
that's not
I
happening.
can't wait for that game. That's the game.
That's gonna be
Revenge game.
that's gonna be a crunk game, bro.
What I wanted to
And it's in Miami.
Yeah.
What I wanted
That's
to ask
gonna be
Reason
crunk.
is, who do you think is going to be eligible for compensation? Baker,
Baker
and,
would be.
and who else? If you could remember, Reason.
Gesicki.
Gesicki.
No.
Why not?
I think that's it. Didn't we get a 5th round pick today or something?
For Fitzpatrick or for Gaucho?
I think it was for Gotcha.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out whoever walks this year, who do we get a compensation for? You know me, I like to move down in the future.
Wait, we didn't get anything for Ted Harris?
No.
I'm
glad he's gone, man.
We got an undrafted free agent, extra.
We got a hearty handshake and a tomato sandwich.
We got a turkey bacon.
Not even, bro. Bacon. Are you crazy?
If you don't perform and you don't get a starter's contract, you don't get shit.
Oh man, that was funny.
So yeah, the compensatory pick. Yeah, I was kind of wondering how the Dolphins would do if Gesicki walks, Baker walks, who else? We can't get Rhino, so that Rhino we can't get anything for Ogba.
DVP
franchise his ass.
Who? Franchise.
Can we franchise Ogba? Isn't his contract up?
I don't think you can franchise him because third team, right? I think you can franchise Gesicki and Baker.
Oh man, so that I'm not paying Ogba because I already got Phillips. I'm not.
But they're different. But they're different players, bro.
Yeah.
Ogba plays on our interior. He doesn't play as a stand-up edge.
Right. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're different.
We really need to keep players because, we're in a Super Bowl run and we have a window, and we need to keep, the key components on a defense and an offense, at least for the next, 3 to 4 years, at least.
But you'll be running Ogba into 30 and 31.
At least that San Francisco situation that I've been talking about happened.
He'd be 30 and 31 years old.
Come on, Damien. That's just diabolical, man.
No, I'm not wishing no career in.
Yeah, so there you go. According to Over the Cap's Nick Corte, the Dolphins are expected to receive a 5th-round compensatory pick in the 2022 draft as a result of losing defensive tackle Devon Godshaw to the New England Patriots.
Oh.
Okay.
We all know what happened last time we got a compensatory pick from them. Wes Welker.
Yeah, that wasn't a good time there. That was
Bro, that was my little white boy, bro. I used to,
that
that was literally my nickname for that guy, bro.
Dude, I wanted.
He was always making plays. I just didn't understand.
Bro,
I wanted Rick Spielman to pay him.
Do you know how mad I was, bro?
I wanted Spielman to pay him, man.
Dude, like, didn't he have a huge return in that game we won in the 1-15 season too?
Yeah,
No,
I think so.
that was Greg Camarillo.
That was
No, I'm not.
Greg Camarillo had the game-winning catch.
Talking about the touchdown score. I'm talking about
a kick return.
Yeah, he had a huge kick return in that game.
I remember that.
I think Wes was gone. Then he was on the Patriots.
No, he wasn't gone. Yet. He was on that team, bro.
I thought when we were 1-15.
Oh, yeah. 1-15 was 2007. 2007 is when the Patriots went undefeated.
That was the
and I believe Wes Welker was on that team. Yeah. So that was 06.
Both going for perfection.
It was him and Randy Moss.
Oh yeah, it was 2006. I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They tried it again with Isaiah Ford, and it didn't work out. That's good.
Look, man.
Oh, I forgot about him. That was one of his main targets too. He had to throw to that one game.
And he ended up coming back.
It was that Patriots game in 2006. I remember him from.
He used to kill him. Even Belichick say he used to kill us every time he played us. So we just felt like we needed to have him on our team.
Yeah.
The Dolphins felt like they needed to give him away. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right, guys. We're about to hit the 3-hour mark. Let's start going through some final thoughts. Rhino, let's start with you.
I just, there's a lot of good possibilities for our running backs, like you mentioned tonight earlier with the free agents. I think they're not done yet, and I'm curious to see what's going to happen with that. And when are you going to be back on next reason?
What's today? Tuesday?
Yeah.
I might go Thursday and Friday. I'll see. I don't know. It's either going to be tomorrow and Friday or Thursday and Friday.
Cool. Well, I just can't wait to see our defense.
Friday, I'm going to drop the Waddle.
Okay. We'll see you Thursday, Friday, bro. Fins up.
All right, man. Martin, your final thoughts, buddy.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Tyler, man. I'm reading her comments, man. She knows football, bro. Like, damn. But again, Phillips, yes, people are mad in the AFC East. We got a legitimate pass rusher. Good luck. Malik Hooker, I would love to have him on this roster. He brings another dynamic as far as ball tracking capability. I would love to bring him in. And again, we're here, man. We've assembled a force of nature on this roster, all phases of the ball. And now it's just time for us to, get it together and just, coach these guys up and let's see how we pan out in 2021, man. Fins up.
Damien, let's get your final thoughts, buddy.
First of all, great show, Reason. Outstanding as always.
Yeah.
I just can't wait for camp to start. Once this offense gels, because we have all the weapons, even with the little bit of uneasiness in the backfield, I think we have all players that can contribute. So as long as all of them combined can get us like 2,000 or a little bit over that, I think we're going to be in good shape. I think Tua's ready. We have all the weapons at his disposal. Once give it about 3-4 games, this offense is going to hit the ground running. Defense, I think, is going to be outstanding this year. I think the pass rush we're going to be able to create pressure and cause turnovers and have it. Just can't wait. Fins up. I can't wait.
Josh, let's get your final thoughts, buddy.
Yeah, I'm just, with free agency and the draft, my favorite players coming out, if I could pick two, offense, Will Fuller, defense, been Dark McKinney, then the draft, Jalen Waddle. That's my man for last years. I loved him. Then going back and just looking at Phillips' tape, like the guy's just an absolute beast. So I love that pick. And just looking over.
Oh man,
You cut out, bro.
Oh,
Joshua.
man.
Yeah, you cut out.
Damn.
Joshy.
Sharif, the Lion, go ahead, bro.
Hey, what's up? I'm just gonna say
Be a Super Bowl
welcome.
contender.
Well, let's welcome the turn. Oh, go ahead, go ahead, Josh.
Oh, how far did I get?
Oh man, we missed like 10 full seconds of you talking.
Yeah.
Well, let me try and put it short. I'm just happy, like, from what we did in free agency in the draft. I can see the vision that Brian Flores and Greer laid out. They want a top 10 offense that's dominant, and they want a top 5 defense. So I can really see us having a Super Bowl run within the next year or two. And so
there you go.
There you go.
I just want to welcome. I want to welcome the turnover chain. Turnover chain. Turnover chain. That's what I want to do. All right, and that's what it's all about right now. All right, fins up.
Fins up.
Fins up, man.
Crypto, let's get, if you're still there, get your final thoughts, buddy, before we get out of here.
Yeah, speaking of turnover chain, that's correct. We have had about 23 turnovers in 23 consecutive games, at least one turnover. So that gives us, by definition, an extra possession per game. So if we can turn those into instant points, we'll be good. Because I think our offense will eventually gel with the speed set guys on the outside. I think of it like the Golden State Warriors approach. When Clay and Steph was tearing it up on the outside, the inside was open for Draymond Green. And that's how our running back's going to be, because our speed demons on the outside is going to be killing it, and that's going to open it up for the rest of the offense. So I think it's possible that we definitely go into the playoffs, and I think with a few favorable matchups, I think we can get all the way to the Super Bowl.
Nice.
Man,
beautiful.
Irving, your final thoughts before we get out of here, buddy.
Yeah, man, I'm just glad I'm glad of these latest developments that we fleeced the AFC East for when we got Jaelan Phillips at 18. So very happy about that. The draft was and free agency, the draft was very successful for us. We addressed our holes. We even upgraded some positions. After the draft, I feel a lot better about our O-line. I feel a lot better about our secondary, our front seven, our weapons. I mean, Tua has no excuse to perform this year, man. We gave him the weapons. We gave him the coaches. We hired his quarterback's coach. We gave him the offensive line to protect him, give him more time to throw. So it's up to him. It's all up to him for him to put it together
in time
in order to push this offense forward. So, and I love Tua. This is coming from a person that is a Tua stan, so that's it, man. Just hopefully I'm looking forward to minicamp, man. So fins up, man.
Yo, shout out to Rome Gray. Happy birthday, bro. I hope you had a good one, man.
Happy birthday, Rome.
Happy
all right,
birthday,
guys.
Rome.
I will be back Friday. I'll be doing the Jalen Waddle prospect preview, and then I will be back or Thursday if I get it done in time, or I will be back. I'll be back Wednesday and Friday, or Thursday and Friday. So just be on the lookout, guys. All right. I hope everyone has a great night. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. We'll talk to y'all later.
Peace.